He's in there ragging on Imus. He's in a great mood.
Hello, Mr.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how have you been?
What's in here?
Oh, wow, you...
Oh, I love
it.
it.
Pep in your step this morning.
I love this picture of Howard. Oh, wow. I just love this picture. Look at this one. Oh, my God. Well, I like this one, too, but this one, look at this. This is
Lovely.
Doesn't it? Wow. Here's another one. Look at this one.
I like this one better.
Huh?
I like this one better.
Well, but this one shows sort of his eyes. See?
But they look evil.
Well, what seems to be the problem?
Hi, Richard.
Hi, I just love this photo.
It's all yours. No, I can't give it to you. Come on in.
Hi.
Well, Richard Simmons is here, and I'm thrilled. As you know, many years Richard was uncomfortable coming in here, and now has changed his mind, and I couldn't be more thrilled to see Richard Simmons.
There he is!
How are you? Welcome.
Lipstick, I think.
What do you mean he's wearing lipstick?
I thought his lips looked awfully pink.
I'll ask him if he's wearing lipstick. Maybe that's a new thing for guys. Hey! Richard, you look great.
Look at you.
Robin thinks you're wearing lipstick. I don't.
I don't wear anything.
If I wasn't morbidly obese and atrophied, I'd
here
get
he
up.
comes.
He's saying hi to Fred.
Nice to see you.
Everything good?
Saying hi to Benji.
Hi.
Benji lost. How much weight did you just lose?
Oh,
Look at
Richard, I
Benji.
love him.
How are you? Hi, good morning.
Benji kissed Richard on the cheek, and
I gave
Richard
you
pulled
some-
away.
You want some
Wouldn't you?
moonshine maple syrup?
Give me a little hug first. I haven't seen you.
Artie's up to 300 pounds. Richard.
297.
Artie is up to
Feels
297.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
He's fat.
I'm back in town, and I'm working.
Take a seat here. Would you
But
like to sit next to me?
get on a
No, I
mic.
want to say hello to Howard.
No, but
All right,
I don't want to say hello.
Say hello to Robin.
He spends his whole
That was so
time
funny.
here
Those
saying
things were so
hello.
funny. I never heard of.
Aren't they great?
I never heard
That's
them
your,
before.
give me a hug.
Hey, how you doing? Nice to see you.
Good to see you.
Hi, Robin.
Don't come in here, Richard.
Now I'm going to smell like Richard the rest of the day.
Sit down.
No,
Hello,
sit down.
darling.
It's not funny.
No, come in.
You're not funny. Sit down. I'm trying to do a serious interview.
Could those shorts be any shorter?
Those are short shorts.
He's wearing
It's the
hot
same
pants.
ones. It's,
I know.
it's the same ones. It's the exact
Can I
same
ask a
ones.
question? Do you wear a jock strap underneath your shorts?
Yes, I
You
do.
Do you a jock or an underwear? Do you wear underwear or like a
A supporter, an
Because I
athletic
don't see your
supporter.
balls are cocked.
No, it's here. You know, it's
What happened to your
underwear.
ass? What did they do to you?
I fell in the airport in
Let me
Dallas.
see that again.
No,
Lift up
it's
your
too
shorts.
painful. It's too painful. I was in the airport.
Wow.
I was going to go teach a class, and I went to the bathroom, and it was water on the floor.
There was a big welt on your ass.
No, the whole thing.
Let me
I
see.
fell.
Pull off your
No,
shorts.
no. I fell, and I passed out in the
Why
bathroom.
didn't we read about this?
Well, I didn't really
Richard
tell
Simmons
anybody.
Passed out in a bathroom.
Why did you pass out?
Because I hit myself so hard. I dislocated my
How do you do
shoulder.
that? How do you hit yourself?
He slid on a
I
wet
slid
floor.
on a wet floor,
And you
did a
passed-
tumble, and fell all here.
You're lucky you're not paralyzed.
Almost broke my hip, Howard.
Wow.
And then I dislocated my shoulder.
I'm sorry to hear that.
When
and
did
it's
this
been
happen?
2 Fridays ago.
Wow.
It was really because I had to go to Joplin, Missouri, to teach a big exercise class.
When something like that happens to you,
Yes, sir.
who are the people that you call? Because I don't know a thing about your personal life.
I didn't call anybody.
Do you not have a loved one?
No,
You have no mother
I-
anymore. Your mother died.
No.
You'd have to call his
Yeah.
dogs.
Who do you
No,
call?
So your
I didn't call
family-
anybody. I
Anyone
had to get
special
on
in your life?
I had to get on a plane.
Who are you in love
Who
with?
takes care of you?
Who takes
My
care of you?
housekeepers.
I'm so sorry.
After
No,
the
they're
Katrina
wonderful. You
thing.
would love them, Howard. If you ever came to L.A., you
So
would love
after you
them.
injured yourself,
Well, I tumbled, okay, and the weather in Dallas was tornadoes and
you're
hurricanes.
a guy who cares about people. You love people. You love helping
Yet
people.
no one close.
Yet you don't have. When you fall.
Well,
and
Howard,
hurt
if I would have
injury-
called you, you would have just laughed.
No, but I'm just an acquaintance. I'm talking about who in your life is you have no wife. You've yet to marry, which I'll never understand. You're a good-looking man.
Oh,
You gave
you
up
know,
on
I don't
Barbra
really think I'm that good. I don't.
You're a handsome man. You're in shape. You
Well,
have
no,
everything
but that's
a
not
woman
the
would
point.
want.
I don't think anybody wants me.
You'd have everything a woman would want to share in life, and yet you refuse to get married.
Your ass hurts. and-
Imus found a woman.
Even
Richard.
Imus
you
found
could
a
find a
woman.
woman.
Are you dating anyone?
I hurt so bad, Howard. Can you be nice to me today?
Am I not
can
being
hardly
nice?
sit.
That's not
I can
nice.
hardly sit down.
But
I'm kind
Richard,
of
after
being-
Katrina, you were with your family on that special.
Right,
aren't
you have a
close?
brother.
That's
Are you
my-
saying
but I'm not
your
gonna
ass
call
is
my
so
brother.
sore you can't sit down?
It hurts.
Did we need
Your
one of
ass
those
hurts.
donuts
It's so
for you?
hurt. I've had
why
ice
is
on
that,
it.
you
I've
think?
done heat. I'm serious.
I believe
Have you
it.
ever fallen like this?
Not like that.
No. Did you ever get a big bruise?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know
Where?
how much- on my ass.
What? How?
I was with a guy.
Oh my God, Robin, help me,
Silly,
please.
silly.
This guy was into
Silly.
S&M.
No,
He
seriously.
fucking whacked me.
No,
right on my-
seriously. It is like the most painful
Do you want
thing.
me to rub your ass?
No, I do.
Do you want? Is that what you're asking for?
No, you know why.
Come here. Come over
no,
here.
I don't.
Get over my knee.
I know it hurts.
You know what
I'm in a
you're-
lot of pain, Howard, and I came here.
Come here. I'm going to make it better.
No, I came here.
Come here. Come here, and I'll
I
make it
can't.
better. Come
I
here. You'll
can't.
see
No,
what
it
I'll do
hurts.
for it.
Robin, look.
Show it to Robin. Show her your ass.
Oh,
Let me see
The
it.
whole thing.
Big bruise.
It's
Come
so
over
horrible.
Here. Come here. I'm going to make it all
I
better.
just want a little sympathy, maybe.
You've got it.
But you know why I came today?
Sit
Why?
down.
You need a root beer. A root beer will cheer you up.
Hey, Richard, help Artie out for 1 second before we talk about your personal life and why you have no one in your life.
No, I don't want to talk. I want to talk about Congress. I haven't talked to you
Well,
since.
I'm gonna get to that.
And do you know?
Congress.
Can I tell
Talk
you?
You're
about
running for
Artie.
Congress?
Artie drinks Hawaiian punch for
Every day.
breakfast. He has 5 to 6 Hawaiian punches a day.
But I heard you all were on a nutritional food.
He's
on
gained 10 pounds.
He's gained 10 pounds.
Yeah,
On
but
a
you
weight
all
loss
you have a
contest.
sponsor now who
Yeah.
you're working with. Isn't the sponsor helping him?
No.
What
No,
do you?
we don't have a sponsor. What happened is we're doing a rapid weight loss contest.
Who?
We all of us who are heavy set on the staff.
Well, who would that be?
Myself, Benji.
Benji
Benji's
just lost
lost a lot of
35
weight.
pounds.
On this new thing?
He did, yeah. And
Oh, great,
In,
great.
in the rapid weight loss contest, I gained 10 pounds.
He's hitting 300. He weighs 296.
Now, we got to figure out what to do here, man, because I'm losing it.
Artie's lighting up a cigarette.
Do you, what?
Yeah.
This helps with my weight.
It's not helping.
Talk to him.
He needs help.
You know, the last time I
Don't
was.
you find cigarettes help you lose weight, though? That's what helps me
Tell
lose
him you
weight.
do heroin, too.
That's a good weight
He's
loss.
tried it
I don't-
all.
I don't do that anymore, though. I
Do you allow smoking in here?
No.
Well, could you put that out, please? I have asthma.
Oh, really? Are you serious?
Yeah, I
Oh,
have very
Asthma.
serious
What's
asthma.
asthma?
Asthma.
Is
Oh,
asthma.
asthma.
Is
The last time I was here, Howard, and,
Yes.
and you were so
I'm
wonderful
so
to help
happy
me.
to see you. I can't tell you. We were estranged.
But
for many
you said
years.
you were going to take me out with
Yeah.
your fiance,
Sure.
and
That's right.
congratulations.
I would love to.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm engaged.
How
Yeah,
wonderful.
But that's why I ask you about your life.
You got to see The Rock.
You fall down, you hurt yourself severely,
Bad.
you pass out,
I thought I broke something.
and you call a bunch of housekeepers. Why
No,
are
they're
you
not.
Why are you not going to find romance? How old are you now? Honestly,
This year,
if you don't mind me asking.
it's sort of a personal question.
How old are you
And
now?
when I hear this music,
Richard, how old
it's
are you
sort of
now?
hard for me to concentrate.
I'm worried about you,
Let me
honestly.
guess, you're
I
This
don't-
year-
I think your image publicly is a facade. I think you're lonely. I think you're sad.
You think he goes home and
Yeah.
cries?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I know for a fact he's 59 years old. He's never
I'll be
married.
59 this year.
Wow.
You
Isn't
look
that great?
great.
Do you
look
ever dream
fantastic.
of finding love?
I dream of just helping people. You know, we've known each other for a long
but you've
time.
done that. You've done
I'm
that.
doing it every day. I do it every single day till the rest of my life until I die.
But wait,
Our
do you
obesity
take
problem.
vacations?
That's your work. What about
No,
your
that is
personal
my
life?
that is my life. That is my mission. Like this is your mission.
Who's the hottest woman right now who, if you could fantasize, that you would marry?
It
Who?
used to be Barbara Streisand. Now
Yeah, and
who
be
is it?
real, though. The hottest one. And you could get any girl on the planet, and you know it.
I came here to talk about Congress.
We're going to talk about Kyra. I'm talking
When?
about fucking. I'm talking about you putting your penis inside a woman.
Oh, Robin,
Don't even entertain
Gary,
When is the last time you got
Gary!
laid?
You're
Richard,
gonna-
get over here.
Gary,
Kill yourself, Richard. Don't
Gary, where are
No,
you?
Richard, be serious about your life. Lock the doors. Richard,
Gary,
sit, Richard.
I can't.
sit down.
Wait,
Sit
I want to
down.
ask you. I want to tell you something. Let me just let
You're
me
my
just
favorite
move
guest
over.
of all time.
No, I
And
know.
I love you.
But
No.
here, but let me say this to
I
you.
love you.
I love you
Are you
very much,
uncomfortable with a
Howard.
man saying I love you?
I love you,
Okay, I
Howard,
love
and I
you.
have loved you for how long?
Did your father love you?
Oh yes,
He did.
He was a wonderful.
Were you a love child?
Yes.
Then why did you eat so much as a child? What do you think was bothering you?
Have you been in New Orleans?
Yeah.
It's all food. I love
love it.
food.
Did you ever go to Mother's
Have you
there?
been? Oh, Mother's,
Did you have
the
an
poor
issue?
boy place.
love it.
Growing up, did you have some issue that was bothering you that you felt you had to keep like a secret or something?
No, I just was very unhappy because
Why?
I was overweight, and that's
But
hard
why
as a
were
kid.
you overweight? Why didn't you
Because
ask
I just
yourself that
loved
question?
food. I mean,
No.
you're raised in New Orleans, Louisiana. It's all food.
Like we
I was
know
raised
Artie's-
right in the French Quarter.
Artie is running-
I was raised 5 blocks away from Mother's.
Richard,
You
you've
know
dealt
what,
with weight loss your
Richard?
whole life. You can't be that naive.
Richard, you're deflecting.
You're deflecting my answer. You're deflecting my question.
I mean,
What was your misery? Were you hiding anything or
no,
feeling
no.
like you
I
had
just really
a secret?
loved.
Did
I
you
just,
have friends?
Probably not.
Probably.
I'm pretty much stay to myself.
Did people
Yeah.
find you annoying when you were a child? Seriously, my parents found me annoying.
A little. I was a
little
handful. But can I talk about something else, just for
You
a
look
second?
lovely.
Let me just for a second.
Heavy set,
Okay.
lonely kid in New Orleans. A Confederacy of Dunces was
You're
about
supposed to put the cigarette out.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Leave him alone. Why did he's a heroin
Wait,
addict.
let me finish. The
He's a
last
gambling
I was
heroin
here.
addict.
The last time I was here.
I got some issues that I'm working through.
The last time
Why
I was
do you always
here.
wear a costume? Like, why will you never wear?
You're like Imus.
This is not a costume.
No, I mean you work
That
out.
is so offensive.
No.
This is not a costume.
It's
This
the
is
Richard
a uniform.
Okay, fair enough.
Superman,
Why always?
Spider-Man,
Wonder Woman?
Batman. Oh, I was going to come in a suit, but I thought you'd make fun of me.
When you were a child, I'm curious. Were you invited?
Robin.
Were you invited to
What,
birthday
dear?
parties and
Robin,
sleepovers?
help me.
He
You're
says
supposed to be helping me.
He
No, because-
said he didn't have friends, Howard. Why are
You never were invited to a birthday
berating
party
him?
or a sleepover?
I sort of stayed by myself.
You never slept over the other little boys' homes? They never invited you to sleep in their room with them? Why is that funny?
Listen for a second. Stop for a second.
There's a person
Stop it.
on the
Wait.
phone who wants to
Stop
date
it.
you.
Stop it. Stop it.
Hold it. Let's see if this works out. Jenny, you're on the air with
Can I have
Richard
a little
Simmons.
water?
Yes, please.
Hi, Richard. This is Jenny.
Jenny, good morning to
Good
you.
morning. I've been the biggest fan of yours for so long.
He's a
and
terrific guy.
You're so amazing. I just wanted to know if perhaps you would want to go on a date with me.
Well, how old are you?
Ah.
I'm 22 years old. Very.
Would you date a
mature
22-year-old?
22.
You will
Very
not?
mature 22.
Are you hot?
I'm super hot, and I exercise all the time, Richard, and I eat right just for you.
Why not make love to her? When is the last time you made love to a woman? I'm talking about had good sex.
Gary! Gary!
Why won't you entertain this? You're so
Because I am
above
focused
sex?
on. I am focused on. Gary!
Get over here and talk about your ass.
It's not about sex, Richard. I just find you very sweet and attractive.
Oh,
What's
I
wrong
never
with that?
thought of my. You know,
Why does that
you
send you
sound like
into
a
a
beauty.
panic?
Because I'm not attractive. You know, I'm just
are.
sort of
You're handsome.
middle. I'm sort of in
Do you
the
really
middle
feel that way?
somewhere.
You're
oh yeah.
gorgeous, Richard.
Oh
You're
yeah.
so
I'm
handsome.
never. I don't.
Do you think she wants
about
you for your
that.
money?
She sounds like a very
Not
sweet
your
girl.
money. I make a lot of money. It's your thighs. That's what does it for me.
Your what?
Your
Just-
thighs. I see those your little shorts that you wear, and those thighs. I can't control myself.
Howard.
Wow. Cut her out? You want me
Well,
to hang up
thanks
on her?
for calling.
Why do you want to hang up on her?
Well, because I wanted to
don't
talk
want
to you
date
about
with
something
her?
really
All right,
important.
I gotta hang up.
He has no
Jenny,
interest in dating this
He
woman.
doesn't want to date you for some reason.
No,
That's a
I'm
different
sure
one.
you're a beautiful woman,
Is it
Jennifer.
cock or pussy, Richard? Which one do you like more?
What?
Who is this person?
All right, goodbye.
Who is that
I
person?
said the word pussy. I'm so sorry. I know you're a very refined man. I am so sorry.
Howard,
Ooh.
Yeah.
can
I'm glad
you
you turned her
focus on
down.
me for a second,
I'm
please?
glad you're
It's
not
re-
dating her, by the way.
Can you focus on me for just a second? Because it's really important why I came. The last time I came,
When is the
I
last
asked
time you
you
came?
all.
That's what I'm asking you. When is the last time you
I
came?
knew you were in trouble.
You brought
Richard,
it up.
when is the last time you came?
Gary.
You have a
Gary,
beautiful
I wanna
heart, and a
leave
beau-
now.
No, Richard.
No, I do because
Don't
you're not.
say that.
Well, because I'm trying to
right,
make a
go
point,
ahead.
and you won't let me talk
you
and do
said
anything.
the last time you came.
picked on me. You picked on my shorts. You picked on my
No.
uniform. You picked on my past.
I'm not picking on you.
And you know, I'm in
curious.
pain. I fell. I can hardly walk. I can't. And he's laughing.
Howard, you should at least plug what he's plugging.
I'm
Yeah,
going
what is
to.
he-
Gary, why
What's
don't
the
you,
rush?
Gary, get in here? What's wrong? You're supposed to be here with me.
Richard, what are you plugging? Go ahead. If you want to do
I'm
it
not
that way.
plugging. I'm just doing something to try to help our children.
Go ahead.
I know you have children, and they never really had a weight problem. But the majority of people out there have kids, and if you've been watching the news, it's getting worse. Between 2000 and 2005, people who are over 100 pounds, 50% up. 50% up. We're in trouble. Our kids are in trouble.
That's a lot of fat.
Okay, so I came here last time, and I asked you to ask your listeners to come and fill out a questionnaire on my website, richardsimmons.com.
Okay.
Would you like to know how many from this show alone, how many of your listeners actually went to my website
3, I guess.
and filled out the complete form?
3.
Ooh, how many?
12,000
Wow.
people.
No
nice.
kidding.
My hand up.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Just from this one show.
And what did
okay?
that do?
No, wait. So I got 70,000 questionnaires finished.
Yeah.
And I flew to Washington last month, and I met with a couple congressmen, Congressman Wamp and
Okay.
Congressman Kine,
Right.
and George Miller, and all of these wonderful congressmen, and we dropped our first bill in the House of Representatives. It's H.R. 1224,
And what does it say?
which is trying to get PE back in the school system.
Physical education.
Under the No Child Left Behind Act, which is going to be reauthorized in May. Now, what happened was 5 years ago, the No Child Left Behind Act
Artie's
came.
bored with this. Look at him.
Wow.
Artie hates this. Why do you hate? You're snoring.
Oh,
he
no.
slept.
He fell asleep? Artie?
He
Artie?
could care less.
Artie, let me finish this. Artie, wake up. Let me finish this. Okay.
Artie, think
All right.
about the children.
I'm sorry.
So I went to
Fizz
Congress
that.
in a nice suit. I actually went to see Congress. They let me in.
Wonderful.
I went to all and met all these congressmen, and we
important.
dropped our bill.
No, are schools not having phys ed anymore?
The majority of schools don't have it. Some have it 15 minutes a week. Because I was trying to explain in the No Child Left Behind law, it is reading, math, and science. And they took a lot of things out. 15 states, Howard, don't have recess for the children.
Richard is right.
No
it is
lunch?
very important.
No recess, no recess.
No, they have lunch.
They still have lunch,
But
Artie. It's
Richard
okay.
is right that gym. You know, I always hated gym class when I was a kid, but because they had shitty teachers.
Right,
Really,
and
they
they
were
torture
sadists.
you.
They
It
would
was a
torture you.
torture fest.
But if they had somebody there who could motivate kids
and teach them that it should be a part of their everyday life.
and that it
You
was
know what?
fun to exercise, it would be very good.
So,
You're absolutely right.
Okay, so I
But
went.
What about you?
I
Who's
dropped the bill.
taking care
well,
of you?
let me finish this, please, Howard. This is the most important crusade I've ever had in my life. I mean, everyone's talking about the obese kids. No one seems to be doing anything about it.
You're a good man that way. I
And you know
believe
what?
you're sincere.
Mom works, Dad works. They're not going to get it at home. The only place they are is in the school for 7-8 hours. Some schools have extended it to 9 hours. It's all about getting our kids ready for jobs that will compete with kids all over the country. So now I've come back and I wanted to ask you. You can go to my website, richardsimmons.com, and you can press on, and it'll tell you who your congressman is. I'm asking your listeners, and I know they're busy, if they could come to richardsimmons.com, and if they could just find their congressman. There's already a letter written. All they have to do is email it.
Okay,
and,
fair enough.
And I've gotten 16,000 people to do that so far.
Well, we're voting for Sanjaya. We can do this as well.
Yeah, we can vote for Richard's
We
bill.
can vote for Richard's bill. We will back you. We'll back you. Listen to me.
It's richardsimmons.com.
You don't have
It's
to
right
beg.
there in the.
You don't have to beg. We'll do it. If I say we'll do it, we'll do it. My listeners will do it. They're not assholes.
And wouldn't it be great if we could knock out obesity in children so they don't grow up to be obese teenagers
Yes,
and
it
obese
would.
adults?
Well, I will go and recommend to my audience that they that they get on richardsimmons.com and get in touch with their congressman. They don't have to beg.
No, this means so much to me
Now,
because
you
I was
care
a little
so
fat
much-
kid,
we
and
know
I didn't take PE. But the PE I'm doing for schools is different than sports.
Were you
Robin.
embarrassed in PE? Were you?
I didn't
because
go.
You were fat?
I didn't go.
You skipped out.
Yeah, I had very serious asthma. A lot of people in New Orleans because of the water.
Were you embarrassed to get undressed in PE? I was. I didn't like.
I never took PE.
I went to the locker room and I didn't want to show my penis.
Were you like the last picked if there was ever a game to be played? Nobody probably picked you.
I was really happy, Robin.
I still think no one picks him. That was what I was getting at. You fall on your ass and you almost kill yourself, and no one is there to pick up the pieces and love you. What's going to be with your life?
Well, I got up.
With
I was supposed to catch another
nice.
plane, and I had to go to Missouri, and I ended up staying over, and then I had to go to Arkansas.
You
then
don't
I
have
had
a
to drive to
significant
Joplin,
other?
Missouri. It's just sort of me. It's me and my dogs and my housekeepers, and I have a beautiful life.
All right, if that's what you say. I
Do
just
you
feel sad.
vacation, Richard? You didn't answer that.
Well,
I never see you in the tabloids on vacation with anyone.
No, I don't go away. I'm taking several hundred people on a cruise to Luz.
Right.
In April.
And you will not share your stateroom with anyone. You will be there by yourself.
Well, I have hundreds of men and women that weigh 200, 300,
No, but I'm saying
400,
you won't have anyone.
500 pounds.
You won't have a lover.
And I'm
will you?
with these people, really, from 6 o'clock in the morning.
You don't hide from them
till 10 o'clock at night. No,
I would
some of
hide
these-
from them on the boat.
I have like 100 diabetics. I have people who are so sick
And they
because of
fork
their
over
weight.
a lot of money, these diabetics.
And it's and it's
How much are you worth now? Honest to God. Richard, talk to me about your net worth.
you're the wealthiest person.
No,
Howard. You're the
no.
wealthiest
I
one.
somehow
It's
think
all
you
over
are.
the newspaper. How much money in the stock
He's
and
got to have
everything.
80 million bucks.
You're fabulous. And
I think he's worth
Net.
way more than $80
He
million.
said housekeepers.
Really?
So he
Net?
has several people helping.
Can I say what I think Richard Simmons is worth?
Okay.
Okay. $200 million.
Whoa.
What do you think of that? Am I off? Am I off?
You're low.
Why did you never go public with your company? I mean, you could. I mean, you've got products.
I had it. My whole dream was to help other people who were overweight to.
Right, you didn't do it for the money.
To love themselves
Right.
and to respect themselves and to feel good about themselves.
Are you going to cry?
No,
Yeah,
in this,
he's getting
but no, you know what I'm saying, Robin.
Now
In this
stop
country,
it. Yeah.
in this country, overweight people,
$200 million. Am I off?
overweight people are treated like garbage.
Am I off on
Well,
the
if
amount of
everybody's
money?
overweight, who's treating
I'm
people
low.
like garbage?
Richard says I'm low.
Pardon me?
I know. I said, if everybody's overweight, who's treating everody like garbage?
Well,
The
no, I'm not
overweight
saying
people.
that everyone's overweight, but in our country, you were judged by the pound.
What do you
That's
do with all
true.
that
That's
money?
very
Do you own a
sad.
plane? Do you own
No,
a jet?
Howard, no,
Do you, how
Howard.
many homes do you
You
have?
do you fly commercial?
Yes, I do.
You do?
Yes.
Robin,
You
can I
don't?
jump in here a second?
Yes.
I know for a fact, because Richard used to tell me, when he flies, not only does he fly commercial, generally first class, I think he buys the seat next to him because he has a lot of work to do, and he can't be, if people interrupt him, he can't write his letters and stuff.
So he buys 2 seats.
Yeah,
What
but
kind of work does he
people
have to
come
do?
sit next to me all the time, and I try to help them. You know, I was on the plane coming here to New York yesterday, and this man came to talk to me, and his daughter is
Was he hot?
His 17-year-old daughter is 290 pounds. She's 5 feet
For
1.
Christ's sake.
Yeah, but Howard, come on, be a little sympathetic about
I mean,
this.
for God's sakes.
And
I
so
mean,
he said, would you call my daughter?
No,
And
I am sympathetic. I think
I
it's
said, of
terrible.
course I'll call her. And so, you know, when I get to my room, no matter what city I'm in, I make my phone calls and I try to make people feel good about themselves and give them some hope.
Who are you dating? What is the woman's name? I know if a guy with
It's
200
a
million.
secret. You think he just doesn't... Is he like a rock star if
Yes.
his fans knew that he was attached?
He's
No.
like Eddie Van Halen
I see.
No.
of the chubby set.
I sleep with dogs. My
Hey,
Dalmatians.
don't call these women dogs.
No.
Britney Spears is not a dog. She's a troubled girl.
Be a little sympathetic to these women.
He must be with Britney Spears. What do you think of the whole Imus thing? Do you follow that story at all?
You know, I've never watched him or heard him,
He's very ugly.
but you would have to agree if you're going to be serious. If you're not going to be serious about this,
Oh,
then I
I'm
won't
being.
get to it.
Well, I'm being
We're
very
very
serious.
serious about this.
It was not good.
Not good. When
It
I
was
worked
really
with him,
not good.
I used to go on the air.
And he finally ended by saying, I can't win with you people.
With you people.
That's right. It's not a good
Well,
apology.
I just hope God forgives him, and I hope that he's able to pick up the pieces, because we all want
There
people.
is no God.
Is that right, Artie?
I'm in a bad way now.
What's wrong with you, sweetie?
The Imus comments.
Did
Your ass hurting. I can't think of it. I can't get over this.
You can't get over what?
It's been a rough morning for me.
Well, take off your glasses and let me look in
He
your
can't.
eyes.
He's on heroin.
Artie,
I can't. The fat has gotten
Artie,
into my eye.
Artie, take off your glasses. Let me look in your eyes, please.
Look in his eyes, Artie.
Artie, come on.
Give him a break.
If
Let him
I
see
could
your
look at
baby
your
blue.
ass.
Hi.
See how uplifting Richard
You know,
is?
the last time,
Actually, he's a very positive force.
last time I was here,
Yeah.
I said to Gary.
You bullshitted me. You're going to call me. You don't
No, wait.
call.
I said, no. Gary, come in here. I called Gary and said, when he you know my number, when he wants to talk with me, because I don't,
You said you were
I
gonna
don't
call
push.
me.
I don't push.
I waited by the phone with
You
a
did
hose.
not.
He's
You
hopeless.
did not.
You can
No,
never
he's
get
not.
him to
Don't
live.
say that.
He is.
Don't say
He
he's
says
hopeless.
this to me every day, Richard.
No,
He's
I'm.
an evil,
Please,
evil
Howard,
person.
don't say that.
He's hopeless.
Howard, please don't say it.
I'm saying it. He can't lose weight.
Gary has my number.
His many addictions.
When
I'm
you
a
are
heroin
ready,
addict.
when you are really ready to do something,
Richard
I
could
will help you.
Richard would help you.
You know, I'll put a program together for you.
Pick an American sport. I'll beat you at it. You won't score a point. Pick
See,
an
this
American
is where he goes every time.
Go ahead. Play. What's your favorite sport?
What do you like? Squash?
You're in pain, aren't you?
Yeah.
Stickball? 30-0. You'll never get up. Basketball?
Let's say hi to some people on the phone. Mark, go ahead. You're on with Richard Simmons. Now, for more information on Richard's campaign to bring gym class back to schools, go to richardsimmons.com.
Schools really don't have a gym class.
Yeah, they
Lined
don't
up.
have PE
Thank you,
That's what he
Howard.
told
I
you. Yes.
appreciate
Mark,
that.
go
That's
ahead.
what PE is.
Physical education.
Mark, good morning.
Howard, Richard, I'd like to thank you for coming back and enjoying the show. You might be my favorite all-time celebrity guest. You have the greatest sense of humor in the studio. Howard, I want to know, what do you think is Richard's all-time best moment involved with the show? Personally, I loved when you guys dangled the food out of the ceiling.
Mark,
That is a classic.
No, Mark,
You were
I'll
not
tell you what the
offended by
classic.
that.
I'm
What is
loving
the
today's
classic?
whole ass hurts bit.
My
What did you say?
I said, I'm loving today's whole his ass hurts bit.
And then he fell. That welt, I don't think, was from falling, personally.
Where's the welding?
I've seen welts
It's on
like
his
that.
hip.
Oh no, my whole.
I've seen welts like that in porno films.
No,
Let
it
me
is.
see it.
It
Let me
is so.
see it.
No, no,
Honest
no,
to
Howard.
God.
I'm in
Come
such
over here.
pain. Why
Richard,
can't you
come
have
over here.
respect for my
I'm gonna
pain?
fix it.
It's a
Come here.
cylindrical
You know what our
weld.
favorite
near me.
moment was?
Come near me.
Come here.
What?
You know what our favorite moment was?
Uh-oh.
Do you remember, Robin?
What?
When I put those fake tattoos on and I put the little brown wig and the mustache?
It
Yes.
was great.
And he didn't know it was me. Was
I
that?
didn't.
Was that unbelievable?
You were amazing.
We
You
were
were great
You were
then.
And
good
I have
actor.
a picture of us together in my living room.
You dressed up like a man. I remember that. That was wild.
And
Really, he did. I'm not being funny.
Like, well, a man? What is he?
no, I
doesn't
dressed
dress
up
like
like
a
I
man.
dressed up like a rough
Let's
guy.
stop pretending. Richard's not the most macho guy on the planet. He's
Well,
very
he took
he
on a
embraces both
macho
sexes,
Dressed
and
up
he's
like a
persona.
ruffian.
you're
Yes.
sometimes very womanly and sometimes manly.
Womanly?
Yeah, he relates to both sexes.
Oh,
That's why people
stop
like
it.
him. Is that a
I'll
bad
go,
thing?
Howard.
Whoa.
I just wanted to say
That
that.
was
Really.
wrong.
No, it's
That was
okay.
wrong.
God,
Richard
wait,
Berkeley
let me
is
apologize
not
to Al
it.
Sharpton.
No,
Richard, wrong. Richard,
Richard, stay.
you
come on.
appeal to both sexes.
No, if you want me to call and help you, you let me know.
My favorite
what?
moment
Here
was
we
when
Richard,
go.
come here.
No,
Hey,
Richard,
don't
come
leave
on,
like
Richard.
this.
Richard,
Richard, You're making a mistake. Don't leave like this.
I knew
Oh,
Howard
my
would get out of
goodness.
line.
Did I say something wrong?
Yes, you said he was womanly.
He is.
No, he might have, some
Female tendencies.
We owned it.
What?
Female tendencies.
Well, don't we all? But you can't call him womanly.
He made out with Sandra Bernhard at the Channel 9.
I
roast
love
that
the guy.
time.
Why did he leave like that?
Because you hurt him. You
I don't
called
wanna hurt
him a woman.
No, you did not.
You
I did not call him.
You did.
I said he appeals.
You said he was womanly. You didn't say he appeals. You said
He
you're
appeals
womanly.
to both sexes.
Well,
Brad
that was
Pitt is
after you
womanly.
say, please. That was after you said he was womanly.
Artie, did I say something wrong?
I think
Honestly.
you called him a broad.
Yeah.
No, I did. I loved
Richard.
it. I'm going to go out and say
You
something.
said that.
I'm going to bring him back in here.
Well,
Wait,
actually, then he said he appealed to both sexes.
Gone.
I mean,
Oh,
Oh,
there
no,
he is.
don't
He's
go.
out the
What
door.
about that door?
Out the door. You could go
out the back
that way
door.
and
Go
get
out
him.
the back door.
Hurry,
You're
hurry,
freaking
hurry.
out.
He's in the area. He's in the.
They gotta stop. Go.
Wait, he doesn't even know where to go.
Follow Gary. Tell Lisa to pin him down.
Hurry, Howard. He's at the elevator.
No, don't let him go. Do not let him go. Why are you guys just standing there?
Oh, my
Camera
God.
guys, stop the door.
Oh, stop. Will somebody stop
Will someone
it?
go? Stop it! Jeez.
Craig is standing there. Oh, there he is.
Open the door.
The poor guy has to go downstairs.
Don't leave like that.
There he is.
Come on. No, I'm ready to go. What do you mean like that? I'm okay, Howard. Richard, come on.
The guy, the stranger in the elevator's having a great time.
Really? Are you for real? Richard.
Oh, he's
Please.
just...
Oh, Richard, come on.
Guy in the elevator's on his
Please
way to
come
work.
back
He
in.
sees Howard Stern consoling a crying
Come on.
Richard.
Come back in. I want to apologize. For real.
Oh,
Richard,
no.
please. Don't go. I want to go.
Oh, come on, Rich. Come on, man.
Massage his back.
Come on.
Hey, let the guy go. He's got to get down to accounting.
Tell him to come out of the elevator at least. That guy's got to go.
No, come on.
Tell him to come out of
Come back in. I
the
want to apologize.
elevator.
We have to talk about this.
All right, I'm sorry.
Sure.
I feel awful.
It's all right.
You called
All
him a
right, I'll leave
chick.
you alone.
Yeah, I mean, how do you get over that? What?
Tim saved you.
Oh, Tim is
sorry,
going to ride
Richard.
down with him.
I hope you're all right.
Tim knows how to handle this.
Yikes.
Tim's chubby.
By the time Tim gets out of there, he'll be a svelte 180 pounds.
Oh, gee.
Richard's gonna have him exercising.
I thought the days of Richard Simmons leaving in tears was over.
I actually feel bad. Should I feel bad right now? I feel bad.
Well, you didn't do it.
No, but I don't know. It's something about that guy. He gets to you.
He's very hurt right now.
Has he ever left the studio without crying?
I don't think so.
Well, yeah, he always cries. But
That's like his exit.
Really crying.
good try,
Yeah, he's
Howard.
really
you hear
crying. Yes.
How funny
We
was the guy in the
heard
elevator?
And saw it all.
What?
We heard and saw it all.
Oh, you did good.
Yeah.
I mean,
How about the guy in the elevator who's going on his way to work and sees you consoling Richard Simmons?
we know that guy.
Oh, we do? Good.
Yeah. Jeez. Did I say something so terrible?
No.
Yes.
I did?
I
I'm
mean,
sorry.
How would you
I think
like it
he-
if somebody
I'm very
genuinely
feminine.
called you a woman?
I am a
didn't
woman.
say you had feminine tendencies.
He said you-
you are a woman.
So
You're
I said you're
womanly.
womanly and manly.
I'm trying to
No,
remember.
you didn't.
Yes, I did.
You did not.
Play the tape.
It went like I'm trying to remember how it sort of ramped up because you said he
I feel
said,
awful.
He said my favorite time was when I dressed up like that, and you said you dressed up like a guy.
Right. And I'm like, how can you say he dressed up like a guy? Like, what is he? And,
then
you said
you
he's
said,
very womanly.
Well, he's like a
Yeah,
woman.
he has feminine tendencies.
Right, he's
That's
very-
not what you said.
He's womanly. I'll stand by
You
that.
said, let's face it, he's not the most masculine, macho
yeah.
guy.
I know
and-
tons of guys.
I think he'd be the first one to admit that.
Yeah, me
But
too.
the thing is that Howard just said you're womanly.
He is.
And
He is, though.
that's not a very nice thing to say.
Why is that
I'm
bad?
sure when you were talking to him about his early years, he heard that a lot.
Oh, gee, I don't know. Why would he hear that?
Why would he hear that?
Yeah,
I don't think he's changed.
But what's wrong with being womanly if that's what he is?
If you're a kid growing up, you don't want to be taunted about, not being...
I didn't mean it tauntingly.
But
I
I'm
meant it-
just saying it
Yeah.
probably was a throwback to his earlier years.
He grew up a fat chick.
Maybe it was you guys speculating on those marks on his buttocks.
Well, that didn't help, I'm sure.
We didn't get
I'm
to
having
He
a
was,
good time with
he
him.
was being hammered at that point.
He left very upset. and
Man,
I
he
love
was
the guy.
really-
I said he was literally bawling out there.
Yeah, he's a good guy. I really feel awful.
And I said I thought that the days of Richard Simmons leaving here crying were over, but apparently
Guess
they
again.
aren't.
You know,
I am
it was
so bad with
heartbreaking.
him. I am bad with
Awful,
him.
awful.
I apologize profusely. I love
I
the
guess
guy.
you're going to have to go
I'm going to have to go to Al Sharpton today.
to apologize to Richard Simmons.
Yeah, I meant
no,
nothing
you should
by it.
call him later today.
I will. He said he'll come back when he feels better, which
but
will be.
you should call him and just
I will.
say,
I will. I feel terrible. I mean, the guy was. He
didn't
wasn't
mean
acting.
anything.
He was really
You
upset.
have to apologize to Harvey Fierstein.
I would apologize to Richard. Never mind Farley
who's
Firestein.
going out? No, that's wrong. Wrong.
Tim, did
I didn't
you,
mean that.
It's
Yeah,
me.
out you, Robin. What do they have to do with this?
Tim, how are you?
Good. He was crying all the way down, and
Oh.
I tried to consult, and he says no. He walked out. So
Oh.
Oh, I don't understand what happened.
Did you tell him you lost 2 pounds?
10, Artie.
Did you lose 10?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Teaspoon out of the ocean.
Right.
But he was visibly shaken, and
He's such a good guy.
Yeah.
I really feel bad.
Please support his campaign to get PE back in the schools.
Yes.
Go to richardsimmons.com.
Honestly, I hated PE when I was a kid. I wish they would have taken it out of my school.
Oh, stop it.
But he's
you
right.
had to learn to add exercise to your life afterward.
I did.
Instead of having it there all along. I don't believe in the torture that goes on in these.
I
gym
feel
classes.
awful. I can't go on with the show.
Howard, did
I
Richard
think
really
you're
come?
do you have a cell phone number for him?
He won't answer my phone call.
He might.
I don't have a cell phone for him. I don't really.
Maybe Gary had.
I was excited that he came back on the show, and I fucked it all up.
I know. We won't see him for another 10 years.
You sure you just didn't have somewhere to go?
Oh, stop
He
it.
did. Well, you know what? I mean, he did have to leave at 6:45. But
Yeah, he did. He had to get out of it, but I hope he wasn't pulling my leg.
Oh, that didn't look like it. He
No.
didn't, cry at the door and then walk to the elevator. He was crying all the way. Never stopped.
He's a good actress.
Oh, hell.
I feel bad. I do. Honestly, I do, and I apologize.
Well, let's stop the show.
And I don't apologize to people often, but for him, I would because I love the guy.
Yeah.
I don't want to make anybody cry.
You attempted to console Richard once he stormed out and went down the elevator. What was he like in the elevator, in the lobby, leaving?
he had his back to me the whole time, and he was, crying on the way down and dabbing his eyes with his tissue. When he got in the elevator, got to the the lobby, it opened. Then he absolutely just rushed out in the lobby. So that was it. So
I think it was sticky, and that's basically it. I think he was sticking it up, and he saw the clock in there, and he knew he had to go.
And that was his dramatic way of taking care of that?
Yes, he's a drama queen.
Give him a message.
Don't come back. I don't know.
Hey, Rob.
Yes?
Do you think there's any truth to his, Richard being upset and crying and storming out? Or do you think that was a little bit of shtick, a little bit of...
It might, with Richard, it could be a little bit of shtick, but it could also be shtick that started from hurt feelings. It's hard to tell with him.
I thought he was really crying, but the fact that he said he had to go at 6:45 and that was about the same time he...
I know, that's a little suspicious, isn't it? I can't believe he can keep such a good eye on the time and know when to go out crying.
That would be a true performer, I think.
And when Tim followed him and went down the elevator with him, he cried the whole time.
That's true.
I don't know. Can he turn on and off the waterworks like that? He should be, in Hollywood acting.
Artie, do you think that was a sort of a bullshit storm out by Richard today?
Yeah, I think he had a good ass fucking going on somewhere and didn't want to miss it.
You two were really starting to click this morning. Are you upset that he left, or?
No, I was kind of happy. No, he's a good guy. He's a great guest. And, I just don't like to be judged for my appearance. I find myself to be beautiful on the inside.
How are you, all right?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm fine. Oh, wow, thank you.
I was listening to the wrap-up show.
Were you?
What, was there a problem?
What
It's just,
happened?
I feel bad,
About what?
Artie writes paychecks. Artie just writes money to everyone, when he wants to solve something.
No, I don't write money to everyone.
He didn't diet for the weight loss, so he just writes a check to everyone.
How many checks did you write
What
yesterday?
happened was I yelled that
And
out
people
because I
take
thought it
it.
would sound funny. It's I didn't get into this. I feel guilty, so I'll just give you $1,000. And when you say something like that on the air, you're like, well, fuck, I don't want to be a welcher. And so I just wrote 2 people checks for $1,000.
Then because Sal fell off the stage in Tampa,
Yeah.
Artie wrote him a big check.
What happened was...
What's that all about?
That wasn't supposed to get out. The weirdest thing happened. I told Sal, let's just not mention this to anybody. And then Jim McClure must have had some sort of mind meld. He just brought it up on the air as a scenario. And I'm like, how did you know that? And I thought maybe does Sal want me to talk about
Why
this?
didn't you want anyone to know?
Well, just because of what's happening right now, Who cares?
How much money did you have to write him?
When Sal got hurt and came in here and was like, I got to take the kids to Disney. It's paid for already, blah, blah, blah. I felt bad because I made quite a bit of money at the Tampa gig. And this particular gig, I didn't have to pay my agent commission because Levy and myself ran it.
Mm-hmm.
So I just went up to Sal. I gave him less money than I would have had to give my agent commission. I said, I feel bad. Technically, I sort of produced it and you got hurt. So I'll pay for Disney for you. That was it, It was a few $1,000s, but it's like, you know.
That's nice, yeah.
But he already had Disney paid for it.
You know what he did with the money?
What?
He hired an aide to walk around with him.
Well, in the situation, I figured it could help, you know. So but that's that and the weight loss thing. It's no other, you know. I'm not sitting around just handing out money.
Yeah, you all right? Everything cool?
No, I'm not all right.
Not feeling any urges or anything?
About what?
You
Urges
know, big H.
Oh. Well, I mean, every day.
Yeah.
It's a struggle every day?
You still taking that drug that keeps you from craving heroin?
Not as much.
Good for you. How often do you take it? The Artie saga.
It depends on if I need it. You know, I feel like,
Is it like a vitamin, or you take it when?
A vitamin.
Yeah, it's like a vitamin, Robin.
One a day?
You know what's great about it is if you're going into a situation that might be a high-risk situation.
Like what?
On the road or something?
On the road.
Uh-huh.
And there's certain cities where I knew it was easier to get than others. If you take that.
So Vegas, you take it.
Yes.
Because you don't have any more physical cravings, right?
Well,
yeah, I mean, you don't have withdrawal symptoms.
No, that's gone.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's like...
Did you ever actually...
Who had the funny, just not a funny quote, but I think Charlie Parker had a quote about heroin. He was like, they can get it out of your body, but they can't get it out of your mind.
So when you...
I remember what it was like. You know.
Did you take that pill for so long that it just stopped all your cravings, or did you have to go through like an intense detox eventually?
Well, that's what the pill avoids.
So you never had to go through the horrible sweats?
I did years ago.
Yeah, but not this time around.
Yeah, I was about 3/4 of a way through it, and I reached out for this guy in desperation. He said, "You don't have to do that. There's a new drug." I went through like you got to get through like 4 to 5 days is the hell. If you get past the 4th day, you've come through the worst of it, and then it's just a matter of, you know, getting fluids back and just, you know, because I mean,
sounds like fun.
Yeah, it's horrible. But so around the 3.5 days in, I got this drug, so I'd gone through some shit. But what I do is if I'm going on a high risk thing, you take that, you can't get high from heroin. It blocks the high, so it's not an option. You could get it.
It's worthless. Yeah.
Right.
It would do nothing.
If I'm going, like, say, to Vegas, I'll take
If he's going
that.
to, let's say, like, work.
If I'm going to be in Manhattan.
Because heroin's nowhere except on the road.
Or in the Manhattan area, you know, where
Any
it's an
stressful
abundance.
situation.
Yeah, well, you know, you take it and you know, look.
See Artie popping that pill every 5 minutes.
It's just not an option because I'm not going to get high from it.
Wouldn't it be great if they could do that with food? Like if you had a pill you could take so you didn't crave it?
Not eat food.
Well, now they do it with this fucking stomach thing. I refuse to ever do that, though.
No, you don't need that. You know, Beth was saying the other night, Artie's such a good-looking guy. And I go, do you really mean that? Do you think Artie's handsome? Because when he's thin, he's very good-looking.
So why are you telling me he doesn't need the banding? He could get to a point. If he
That would be so depressing.
If he goes to
No.
400.
All right, 400, we're getting him the band.
I don't see how that's possible without. I want to explode now. I don't know how. Where am I going to put another 100?
You're only 100 pounds away. You're not that far off.
That's a lot, man.
400 is going to be really depressing because that's going to be like you physically can't even walk.
Then you're
Do you think Dominic was
confined.
ever 400 pounds?
No.
See, because another 100 pounds, I couldn't imagine that right now. Like, where the fuck is it going to go?
Where does it go?
I wonder what you'd look like. Could you get up to 400, you think?
Oh, no.
I might want to see that.
I don't think so.
And then Sal told this story on the wrap-up show. He was at Disney World, and I guess because of all the Vicodin he was taking for when he fell off the stage, he took a bunch of stool softeners because he hadn't shit in 3 days. So he took 4 stool softeners. He never got back to the toilet in time in his hotel room. He shit all over the floor.
Oh, no.
And then he had to clean it up, that arm in the cast.
One hand?
And then his wife came home and realized he didn't clean it up good enough. And no wonder she doesn't fuck him. I mean, he was calling her to help him clean up his shit.
Oh,
Every story ends with her just saying, I don't care about you. It's like...
It's too much.
Because he was telling a good, you know, everyone's got their funny shit stories. So it sounded like he was just telling a funny shit story, but then the whole point of it is Sal's wife not wanting to help him in any way.
Is this the heaviest you've ever been in your life?
Absolutely. It's not even close.
What do you think's going on? I mean, like, you're pretty happy. Your work life's happy. You're
gambling again?
Career-wise, I've never been...
What do you think's going on that you're eating
more
so much?
successal than I am right now. But
you going to the shrink still, or you stopped?
No, I haven't gone in a while.
And you're trying to date women. You'd think...
That's the other problem. I've been dating them.
So
I'm on a bit of a roll.
It doesn't deter your activity.
I found when I was fucking new chicks, it was like I wanted to look good, you know, because when I take my clothes off, it's kind of embarrassing. I figured that would motivate you.
I don't know.
So you ever like this?
I'm beyond caring about that.
Really? Like when you take your clothes off when you're with a new chick, do you ever go, shit, I wish I was thin?
Yeah, sure, but But you're not
giving up the food.
You get over it.
The boner takes over.
You know what the problem is? Women are still putting out for you. You're getting too
That's
famous.
it.
That's what I just said, yeah.
If they would stop putting... Okay, women. You gotta stop fucking Artie. It's the only way he's gonna get healthy.
I mean, you know, chicks are...
It's their fault.
If the pitching is horrible, you're not going to become a better hitter.
What?
Yeah, I don't know. It's about laziness and just enjoy. I'm in a rut of in the afternoons just ordering food and eating while
Parmesan.
I'm watching TV.
What is it replacing? I mean, really, what is
Heroin.
the hole that you're trying to fill with
Heroin.
the
I don't
food?
know, heroin or
Hey,
relationship.
can we bring up something else? We've got Artie off the hook here. Sanjaya, he's got to win. He's got to become the American Idol.
Absolutely.
It's the only way this is going to be good now. We're this far into it.
We gotta make him the guy.
He's got to be it. And you know when they were saying, oh, it's impossible for him to win and the producers will be beside themselves, that's what I want to see. It's almost like...
They should be beside them.
I mean, how much fun is it watching Imus lose his job? How much fun would it be for American Idol to totally get fucking ruined?
To see Simon's face.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
Oh, when they make him one of the final three.
Oh, it's going to be great.
Oh, my goodness. It's going to be the greatest day you could ever have lived through.
What is it, Tuesday night now you vote or something?
Yeah.
Tonight we vote. Tonight
is the performances, and then you vote.
Tonight it's up to us.
Do it on the phone or?
No, you could do it. Can you do it on the internet, or you have to text
No, you can
message?
text message, but forget that.
Artie can't text.
I can't even text message. What does that mean?
You don't know how to text message?
No.
I finally figured out how to get them. And that's a mistake. See, this is my point. That's a mistake. Now I got 1 million of those to fucking check every day.
Billy, you're on the air.
Hey, Howard, I just wanted to thank you. A while ago when you started talking about Sanjaya, I went on the internet, and me and my buddy, we bet on him. Now,
Really?
If Sanjaya wins now, we win $30,000.
How much money did you put up on the bet?
We each put up 200.
200. Imagine the odds back then. Remember when we first started talking about this and everyone said it's impossible?
See, you know
he
what,
put
dude?
down 200 stupid bucks. He's going to win 30
Well,
grand.
you see, but now's a bad time to start talking about it because he's still got to win.
Yeah,
you know what I
exactly,
mean?
yeah.
So it's
So don't
long
count the
time
money
to go.
yet.
No, we haven't counted
Yeah, don't
it
go
yet,
out and spend it already.
Yeah, but it
No,
looks
that-
good. I mean,
Yeah,
I
mean,
believe tonight we're going to really get out there and vote. I know I am.
I am, definitely.
Yeah. We've been voting all the time. We tell our buddies to vote and everything. But if you go on now and you bet on them, $100 makes you like 800 now. So his odds are way down.
Way down, yeah.
I'll never forget that. In 1982, in the NCAA tournament, a gym teacher I had was in Las Vegas and put $100 down on Georgetown to win the national title. Patrick Ewing was a freshman, and no team from the Big East had even come close. So the last game, Howard, Georgetown, North Carolina, right?
Right.
We all went over to my friend's house, and the guy came over, and we're all watching the fucking game. Now he's going to win. He would have won 20 grand.
Wow.
He put $100 down. So it's a close game. This is when Jordan was a freshman and Patrick Ewing were freshmen. Jordan comes down and hits the fucking, as a freshman, just ice in his veins. Boom. 25-footer nails it. The place goes nuts. But now Georgetown had scored with Ewing in the middle the whole fucking night. They had to come back up, hit a basket, and it would have gone into overtime. And odds are with Ewing, they would have won. And a guy on Georgetown, this guy Freddie Brown, basically it almost looked like a fix was in. The gym teacher's up yelling, throwing potato chips at the fucking TV set. The guy just tossed a little pass to the other team. James Worthy, who went on to become a great Laker, was on North Carolina. The guy didn't know what to do. The kid fucking panicked, threw a pass to the other team. The guy took it, just dribbled around, couldn't even believe he gave it to him.
Wow.
It was like the fix was in, and the gym teacher, this is in front of children who he teaches, picked the TV set up and threw it like it, took it into the bathroom and threw it in the shower.
That's good.
He cost he had to pay for the TV. It cost him $800. Yeah. But he would have this guy reminded me, putting that money down, 20 G's, he would have won. But how many more weeks does that have to have before Sanjaya wins?
Let's see. It's probably 8 weeks, maybe? 7 weeks?
7 weeks, maybe.
7
Yeah.
weeks.
So that's a
Pedro.
long time. You got to be diligent. How much do you win?
He wins $30,000.
Wow.
Pedro, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Wow, that's huge. I love stories like that.
Yeah, Pedro, you're on the air. I should have put my money where my mouth was too. Pedro, you there or no? Okay, no
Yeah,
Pedro.
here I am playing the guy with the odds every week, and it never occurred to me to bet.
Richard. Richard. Richard.
I'm gonna watch it.
That's okay. Richard Simmons just walked out. Richard! Richard! Where are you going? Where are you going, Richard? Richard!
It's okay.
Please come back! Richard, come back!
Excuse me.
Richard, don't leave! Richard, don't leave! Don't leave!
No, please. I want to talk to you. I want to talk to you.
Oh, hey, Richard.
Don't leave like that. Richard, don't leave like that. Richard, don't leave like that. Are you serious? Don't leave like that. Come back in. Come on.
No, I'm gonna go.
Why are you being like that?
I'm okay, Howard.
Richard, come on. Come back in. Don't go like that.
I gotta go.
Really? Are you being for real? Richard, please.
It's okay.
Oh, Richard, come on. Please come back in. Richard, come on. Come back in. I want to apologize.
Okay.
For real. Richard, please.
No,
Don't go.
I want to go.
I feel bad. Richard, come on.
It's okay.
Come back in. I really meant nothing by it.
I'll come to see you again when I feel better.
Oh, no. Come on. You're not feeling good. Come back in. I want to apologize to you.
No, thanks for helping me with my thing with the kids.
All right. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I feel awful.
It's all right.
All right. I'll leave you alone.
John Lieberman, what do you have for us from the Howard 100 Newsroom?
Well, all eyes are on Ronnie the limo driver's Twitter account after he claims his account was compromised over the weekend. It started when a tweet saying, quote, "If I poop a boob, I'm going to feel really thirsty," came from Ronnie's official Twitter account. Ronnie claims he didn't send it. We do know.
Ronnie wouldn't even be that witty.
We do know it came from his official account over the weekend while he was out west performing a couple of block party dates.
Is it possible somebody took his phone and tweeted from it?
It is possible that happened, though he claims he always had the phone in his possession.
You're totally full of shit.
Whoa.
Well, what what is it?
Because you're already yelling. You're not even through the door and you're yelling.
Yeah, let's hear what you
don't
have
know
to
what
say.
you're talking about.
What, you have no voice, Ronnie?
Yeah, it's from all that traveling, man.
This fucking guy, I mean,
listen to you.
he's got a full appearance schedule, and I said to him...
Is he busy every weekend?
Well, he's not only busy every weekend, but he's got to stay up till like 2 in the morning for these gigs that he's doing, and now he's got no fucking voice.
I'm all right.
No, you're not. You're sick.
I'm not sick.
Of course you are.
I just don't have a voice.
No, and you're sick.
No, I'm not sick.
All right, what do you want to say about this?
I know what happened.
Yeah, now you sound annoying on the air.
Why?
It's a different voice.
Because your voice is annoying when you're sick.
I'm not sick.
All right, what do you want to say to John? Go ahead.
I know what happened.
What happened on your Twitter account?
Somebody tweeted through my account. I know who did it. I know how it happened.
Who did it?
I can't say.
Oh,
why? Why can't you say?
I can't say.
Elephant Shit Part 2 here. You
Too
can't
bad.
say.
Sorry.
Wait, Ronnie, how did you find out who did it?
Because I know who did it.
Oh, it's somebody you know.
Yeah, I know who did it.
They didn't hack your account. They have your password.
At first, I thought they hacked my account because I didn't know at the time. I found out yesterday.
So it's someone who has your account information.
Exactly.
So it's either your girlfriend, Stephanie. Who else would have your account information?
Somebody had my information.
Was it Stephanie?
And somebody put out, it wasn't even, they misspelled it. It was supposed to be, instead of pooped, it was supposed to be popped.
If I pop a boob, what was this?
It's something to do with implants or something like that.
The quote that came out was,
It's
if
like-
I poop a boob,
Right.
I'm going to feel
But
really
it was supposed to be
thirsty.
pop the boob.
But You regularly make spelling and grammatical mistakes on your Twitter.
Oh, tell me about it. It's the funniest thing ever.
Understood, dude. But
So
I
one
told you
would expect that
yesterday-
this could come from
I
you.
told
Why won't you say who it was?
I told you yesterday. I told Shuley on Saturday when it happened. Who right away? Shuley ran to my room. This happened when we were in Portland.
Right.
I was asleep when this came out, and I had no clue it was on Twitter.
Why?
JD texts me like at 6 o'clock at night, which is 9 o'clock here.
Explain your thought process. Why won't you tell us who did it? Like, but who cares?
Right, exactly. Who
but
cares?
why won't you say who was tweeting from your account?
Say.
Why?
I can't.
Somebody has your login
but
and
tell
password?
me why you can't say
I
it.
just can't say it.
Why?
I can't.
But why can't you say it?
Because I don't want to.
Why don't you want to?
Because I don't want to.
So fucking retarded.
I don't want to.
Is it because...
Was it another girl who you're cheating on your girlfriend with?
Stop it.
So then what are you fucking afraid of?
I'm just... Well, how would you be compromised by telling?
I just don't want to. I don't want to tell.
Was it your son?
No.
He doesn't have your
I don't
Twitter
know.
account.
I don't know. I don't know who it was.
Somebody has your password?
Maybe.
Well, of course they do.
Well, I know. I mean, I could speculate who has your password.
You can't speculate
Go ahead,
anything.
speculate.
Well, Zena's buddy girl runs a lot of the hot chick of the week.
Oh, so it was Zena's buddy girl.
No, it wasn't.
Sure it was.
No, it wasn't.
Because she tweets for you sometimes, doesn't she?
No, never.
She did one morning when we were here.
She did?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Was it your daughter-in-law?
No. I just
Was
don't-
it Anthony Weiner? I mean, who was it?
I just don't understand why you give your password to somebody else. You have
Listen to
130,000
me.
followers.
Listen to me.
Yeah.
I told you I don't want to tell you.
Why?
Okay?
I'm just asking you why you give...
Because you fucking annoy me.
Why won't you tell him? What
I'm
is
not
the big
telling
fucking
him.
deal?
I don't want to tell him.
Why do you give your password
You're being
to
a
other
douche.
people?
I don't want to tell him.
Why?
Because I
But
don't.
why don't you want to tell him?
Because I just don't feel like.
I'm not
telling.
asking you who did it. I'm saying why don't you?
It's my.
Like, why is it so sensitive?
Yeah. No, it's my happiness not to tell him.
This is like grumpy
you're
old
just
men.
not telling
There you go.
John?
Exactly.
You can tell Howard.
I'm not telling
Listen,
him
John
on the air.
leaving, I'll
I
know.
won't tell him on the air. I'll tell him off the air, but I
John.
won't tell him. Because right away he runs to me with this story yesterday. It's like some big deal. Him and Shuley.
It isn't a big deal. It's
I know
interesting.
it's not a. It's not a big
who
deal.
tweeted for you? It's not that it's a big deal. We just want to know who tweeted for
When
you.
dozens of listeners come to us and say, what the hell's going on with Ronnie's Twitter, it's a big deal.
Yeah, I mean, why
That's
do you
what we're
want?
here for.
No listeners.
Don't you want to
came
clear it
you.
up?
Listen.
How do you think John found out about it? He's following your Twitter?
How it started?
Yeah.
Shuley started putting it out there Saturday night.
Okay, so finish the story. You're telling a story.
There's nothing to tell.
Who did it?
I don't know.
Why are you being so goddamn weird?
I don't know.
All right, goodbye.
All right, thank you.
Goodbye.
Wow.
Oh, fucking weirdo. Get out of here. And don't use this show anymore. And don't use my audience anymore.
Get outta here.
Don't use this audience for your fucking purposes.
Get outta
You
here.
don't know who fucking hacked your account. What are you, a man or a mouse?
Fuck you.
Right. I can't believe this. I'd rather talk to Benji. I mean, how annoying.
What was that all about?
Because you know what? He has no reason for not telling
No, I
anyone.
just don't want to.
Yeah. Let's stop being interested in his life. We'll watch all his opportunities dry up. And Benji. What do you say? Don't come in here with all clammed up over something stupid like that.
I don't get it.
Just wasted 5 minutes of your time.
Yeah,
it
exactly.
appears.
Yeah.
I'm stupid.
I know. Martin, you're on the air in Tacoma.
Good morning, King.
Good morning.
I was just going to give you a little wrap-up of the Seattle show. Ronnie was on fire there, too.
That's why he lost his voice. He yells on stage. He yells the entire time on stage. And then he shows up here and he's got that annoying voice. How the hell anyone could make that sound and have a voice is beyond me.
Yeah!
I wouldn't even know how to do that.
Yeah, he invaded both Shuley and Yucko's set. He commandeered the mic, refused to give it back. But overall, he was tame compared to Scott. This guy heckled the first guy that came out on stage. From the stage, he's heckling one of the comedians.
Yeah, well, Scott the engineer, Ronnie, Shuley.
They want you to know they're there. It's their block party.
That's their block party. They're doing their thing.
Yeah, but it was a hell of a great time, and
Good.
I really appreciate it.
That's what Ronnie told me. He tells me these block parties are very
Everybody
successful.
has a good time.
Scott, what's the
guy
matter?
is totally lying. Ronnie didn't interrupt any comedian set, and I wasn't heckling anybody.
Right.
That's total bullshit.
That would almost be too creative for you to heckle
Yeah, really.
somebody.
You know me.
Right.
I play sound effects.
Scott says you're full of shit.
Jason, no, you kept telling Jason, absolutely, you were saying Jason was the first guy out. He said, "Time's up. Oh my God, you suck." And then he
I never ever said that.
Pulling him off stage.
Never, ever.
Well, he says you did it, and it seems to make him happy.
Shuli
Shuli,
will tell you.
did Scott heckle any of the comedians? Did anything like that happen?
I don't think Scott was heckling the comedians. These guys, they're not professional hosts, let's say. So the intros wouldn't be the intros wouldn't be like they are at a comedy club.
What are you
let's
talking
say.
about?
Meanwhile, can I just say something?
Yeah.
This guy takes Twitter so fucking seriously.
No, Howard.
It
Howard.
totally ruined his whole night.
This guy, you talk about Twitter. That's all he does.
No, Ronnie
That's
thinks.
all.
Ronnie
we're
thinks.
in the air, dude. We're riding from Seattle to Portland. He's in the back of the fucking car on the Twitter.
Sure.
Hey, you should have heard what was on there. You should have heard what this guy said about last night.
Pictures too.
Then we get to the airport. The same thing. Oh, you should have heard what this guy said. He was ragging
Yeah, but
on
Ronnie,
me.
Shuli makes a point. You're way wrapped up into your Twitter account. I mean,
Not like him.
Yeah, but you're way wrapped up in it, and
Ronnie.
you're acting like what happened to you was no big deal.
First of all,
I could just picture you freaking out that somebody hacked into your account.
No, I wasn't.
Was he, Shuli?
Dude,
Howard, I played an interview. I put together a story yesterday.
No, I was telling him to leave me alone.
He was so mad. He's like, "Stop! Don't talk to me. I don't want to talk about this." And I go, "Ronnie, if somebody hacked into your account, what did they accomplish by putting this tweet out?
Right.
It makes no sense. They hacked into your account, and this is what they do with it.
Right.
I don't want to talk. He's, I know you're up to something. I know you're doing.
Oh, he blamed you.
Well, all I'm doing on Twitter, by the way, because I'm sitting behind these two in a van heading to the gigs and stuff, so I just take different pictures of them from behind,
Well,
like their
how
heads,
stupid is that?
their hair, and I just post them on
Yeah.
Twitter.
And then
people
I watched
love them.
that.
People love them.
I'm going to follow Shuli. How do I follow you?
Shalom Shuli on Twitter.
Stupid ass Shuli on Shalom.
Wait, Ronnie fell asleep 3 times on the ride from Seattle to Portland.
Right.
I downloaded an air horn app on my phone.
Yeah.
I woke him up 3 times, and then the 4th time we slammed on the brakes and started screaming like we were about to crash. And he woke up. He woke up, called us cocksuckers, and went right back to
Well,
sleep.
that's right. The guy's trying to catch a couple of seats.
Fucking cocksuckers.
Why do you got to bust his ball?
Gig he's about
It's a comedy tour. This is what happens.
Oh, there he is sleeping. Look at that. Is that the picture you tweeted?
Oh, I posted about 15 pictures. I took a picture of him looking at his phone at the restaurant,
Right.
and somebody tweeted that it looks like their grandfather trying to work a remote
I
control.
wasn't
Like his
even
glasses
tweeting, you
were up.
stupid
And he's,
ass.
like,
He's trying to read the menu.
he's trying. No, he's looking at his phone.
He looks like a 2001 when they
No,
see
this
the
guy-
monolith.
This guy thinks every time you're looking at your phone, you're tweeting. I wasn't tweeting. I was actually answering an email.
So why are you acting like with the John Lieberman story, like it was no big deal?
Breaking his balls.
Yeah, but I mean, that is a big deal when somebody starts tweeting from your account.
It was a
right?
mistake.
Oh, with somebody you know who?
Yeah, exactly.
Right. But you were freaking out, I'm sure. I would be.
Look, I'll tell exactly what happened.
Okay.
I was fast asleep.
Right.
Before we were going to do the Saturday night show.
Right.
We got to Portland. I went to take a nap. I get a text from JD saying, "What's this tweet all about?" I go, "What are you talking about? I have no idea what you're talking about."
Right.
So then I go and I look on Twitter. I don't see anything.
Right.
Then I go downstairs to the lobby. We're going to leave.
Yeah.
It's so fucking stupid.
It really is stupid.
I go downstairs, and this one right away with the microphone. He's got the
That's
big
my
tape
job.
recorder,
Right.
the microphone.
Doing his gig.
He's going, "So what happened?" I go, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "This tweet that went out." I go, "I have no idea. It's not me. I was asleep." and he's hammering me and hammering me and hammering me. "Well, what do you think?" And then he gets the other guy involved, John Toll. He goes, "So what do you think, John? Does he think, what do you think of this tweet?" "Oh, it's got to be his because it says it came from his account."
He says I hammered him. I
And
asked
they're
him
breaking my
twice.
balls.
Ronnie loves his Twitter.
I asked him twice, "What's going on?"
Yeah.
"Dude, not right now. Leave me alone,
Well,
dude."
give
Right,
Ronnie
'cause I
a
didn't wanna
whole
be
life.
bothered.
Like, remember when he got the offer for his television show because he thinks because of Twitter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he brings people on stage. He's like, "Hey, you follow me on Twitter?"
And he yells at him.
Yelling
We're
at
making
him.
my hot chicken. We're doing a hot chick of the week contest.
Let me tell you something. This guy has the power.
Right.
I've never seen somebody.
Tell him what happened with the guy. With
Did you listen to the tape of him at that porno?
Oh my God!
The porno
AVNs?
convention, the AVN Awards. We sent Ronnie. We let Ronnie interview the girls at the AVN Awards, and he's like flirting with them, and
No,
he's
I
a whole.
wasn't.
You're a whole character.
Dude, I was doing the questions you told me to do.
No, I know. It's just funny. I got to play that for you. I'm going to play that for you today.
Okay.
Ronnie at the AVN Awards.
I didn't know Ronnie had
you'll
gone
like
to
that.
the AVN Awards.
And it was
you'll like
Stephanie, okay?
It was Stephanie. That's what I thought. Who else would have your Twitter account?
I mean, and meanwhile, Scott, literally, like, you make jokes about this black cloud. It is so real.
What do you mean?
It is unbelievable.
Like,
you gotta tell him what happened.
So I leave here, work Friday after Jay Thomas show in the morning, and Scott and I are driving to Ronnie's. We get to Scott's car. It's a light drizzle outside. The second keys are put in his hand for his car, a downpour, a monsoon of rain. The entire time, there was literally a black cloud following over our head. And we get to Ronnie's house. We get in this cab. And I tell Ronnie, he doesn't even know this, but I tell Ronnie that the cab driver doesn't want anybody sitting up front.
Right.
Just so all three of us, will be packed in the back.
Yeah.
This is what I got to deal with.
Yeah.
So all three of us are going to the airport. My hands touching his leg and shit and everything. We get to the airport. Scott goes to buy a bottle of water.
Wait, what about the car?
Oh, the car was a piece
The
of shit.
windshield wipers were flying off the car. The woman couldn't see where she was going.
And
That's
he's
my
like-
fault.
Scott is.
That's my fault.
Right.
And he's super driver. He's like, "Are you sure you can see out of that side?" Like he's getting involved in her job now.
Yeah.
We get to the airport. He goes to buy a bottle of water. I'm not lying.
Scott.
Scott goes to buy a bottle. The register breaks. Stops it.
They had to close down the store.
They had to close the store. She couldn't ring anybody up.
Oh my God.
And I tweeted it out, and everybody on my Twitter goes, "Dude, change your flight right now. Do
Right.
not get on that."
Do
Like,
you usually fly with him?
this is my first time flying with these guys.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you start to get freaked out that all this shit was happening? Well,
I got a little nervous. I'm like, dude, this is
Scott,
really
does this
happening.
go on all the time?
No, of course not.
I mean, my God, you get in a car, a pouring, the torrential downpour. You get in a cab, the cab breaks, the windshield wipers break. You go to the fucking pay for some water, and the fucking cash register closes the whole store down. It's crazy.
It's nuts.
His mother told him, "There's a black cloud over your head." When he was a little boy, she told him.
But we made it to Seattle fine. It was.
Yeah, well, okay.
One of my highlights this weekend was the sound check in Seattle that we did.
Yeah,
and Scott comes down to make sure that there's stuff that's compatible with his DJ equipment.
Right.
And so he tells the sound guy, he says, so where do I plug it at? And the sound guy goes, what are you running off of? And Scott pulls out his cell phone.
There we go.
Yeah, there's my DJ.
I put a lot of effort into this.
Then he couldn't get his phone froze up on him.
Yeah, phone was
He had to
breaking.
take the battery out and reboot the phone.
My DJ's on the phone with Verizon. Give us a few minutes.
Can you hear me now?
So
And all day long, they just are waiting for me to
what would
prank
be a
them.
typical device that a DJ or sound guy would use? Not his phone.
A laptop.
A laptop.
Yeah,
something.
CD player?
Right.
Turntables?
Nobody
something?
uses CD players anymore.
You make enough money. Get
Nobody
a
uses a
laptop.
phone, Scott.
Well, I mean, what can you do from your phone?
I do what I have to do,
does
what I need to
everything.
do. I do everything. I play music. I play whatever I need to play. I can do exactly. I have a mixer on the phone.
You know what he doesn't do, Howard? He doesn't turn his ringer off on his phone.
That's right.
I called
He called
it
him
in the middle of the show. They were doing a big dance contest on stage, and I wonder if his phone will work if I call it. I'm so bored,
Right.
so I call the phone. Sure enough, the music stops, dead stop,
Right.
and you hear, and he has like the old phone ring, so it's ringing through the PA
So
system.
professional.
Yeah, really.
And you want to see do? A professional DJ? He picks it up.
Right.
He
Hello.
answers it.
This must be important.
The phone rang. I
That
pick it
could
up.
be something very urgent.
And I go, Scott, turn off your ringer, you idiot. And he's turning around yelling at Scott. And it's just chaos.
What a horrible show.
Oh, it's the greatest
It's
show
going to be the
ever.
most unprofessional, worst
It
show
is, but
ever.
everybody loved it.
Everyone
we
loves
sold
it.
out both
Yeah, they
shows,
love it
man.
because you guys are retarded.
Yeah, well,
Whatever.
I mean, come on.
that's what we do.
We'll take it.
Hey, Howard.
Crazy, yeah.
And Scott chooses the music, so there's a room full of 30 to 40-year-old guys. He chooses Cher, Do You Believe in Love?
Well, why would I do
Well,
that,
Ronnie likes
douchebag?
that.
That's for Ronnie. Hey, listen up,
Hey,
asshole.
dude, you were the first one to walk up probably and take a picture with us, too.
I love you, Ronnie. I really do. I appreciate dinner and everything.
This is Ronnie. This is Martin, that guy Martin who almost died coming up to our green room. This
Oh,
guy
my
Martin
God.
is
Yeah,
like
the guy who went to
400
the
big
pounds.
guy.
Yeah, the guy who went to the hamburger place with us?
Yeah. You follow the fat guy to hamburger
So when
place.
you go to one of your shows, it's like the audience becomes part of your family. They go to buy hamburgers with you afterwards.
Oh
and-
my God, we came back to the hotel.
You know, you guys remind me of like country stars because the country stars used to let them come to your house. Like
yeah, they
Dolly
have that
Parton.
open house thing.
Dolly Parton, right in her backyard, had a fucking Adventureland type setup.
We hang out with everyone.
Dolly would.
No.
What about Ronnie Wood?
We hang out.
We hang out with everyone. This guy, I've never seen a guy,
What do you mean?
the first one out the door in everything.
Right.
We land in JFK. We're in the back of the
We're
plane.
in 26, row 26.
Scott's in the aisle, jacket on, bag on his shoulder. He's ready to get out of.
And the roller suitcase
And
in the
the roller-
aisle.
And where's he in a rush to get to?
Nowhere.
Right,
No-
he has to wait for you guys.
The show ends. Everybody goes, "Where's Scott?" Where's
Right.
it? He's back in his room, relaxing. He goes, "We hang out with everybody. You hang out with nobody."
Yeah.
Now, who do you hang out with?
You go out with Shuley. Everything is a joke, though, you know.
Right.
They take me to a gay bar after the show.
I'm glad I missed that.
Ronnie's drunk. All these fans are in the lobby. He's like, "We're going drinking," and our promoter Sequoia goes, "Listen, I have a gay bar set up. It's around the corner. We're taking him to a gay bar." And like 40 people were in on it. No one said a word.
Ronnie, when did you realize it was gay?
When I walked in.
Some guy banged
Some
me.
guy tried to kiss me.
Wow! I walked
Did
with
you guys tape that?
Dude, we had to have...
Is that going to be on Howard TV?
Well, no, Howard TV never came.
They didn't go?
No.
They never came to this one.
In Portland, some guy tried to kiss me at the show.
Right.
They threw him out of the place.
Right.
Well, that's your sexual power, Ronnie. Goes
Ronnie.
both ways.
Yeah, okay.
I will say
He
this.
loves meeting guys and girls.
He brought up these girls. He's asking girls to come up on stage to do Hot Chick of the Night. So this one girl stands up. She's like 6 foot tall, huge tits. And her boyfriend, you can see, he grabs her arm. He's like, "Hey, don't go up there." And it's not like Ronnie's saying, "We're going to give you money." He just asked for people to come up. The woman keeps going up. The boyfriend stands up right before the stage. He puts his arm on her. He says, "If you go up there, I'm fucking leaving."
Right.
He left.
This is how powerful he is. She looks at him, she goes, "Bye," and walks up on stage.
And then she took her top off?
Well, no, they did
She
some...
didn't have to because her top was like 90% open.
She was wearing
She
like
had
a
one of
dinner
those
napkin.
tops with the hole in the front.
What a shock that a chick who goes out in a dinner napkin wants attention.
And how about the chicks wanting to sign your boobs?
Yeah, there's chicks asking to sign boobs.
I was
and-
drawing funny faces on her nipples and shit. It was really fun.
Wow, Ronnie got power over
I
women,
tell
doesn't he?
you.
Wait till you hear him at the AVN Awards. You'll see. I'll play that for you later. All right, boys.
We got.
Let's see what you got.
What do you have? Oh, little Steven's here?
Yeah.
All right, so I'll take a break, and then we'll go talk to
We're going
Little
to be in
Steven.
Hartford and Stanford. Ronnie Block.
Ronnie won't be.
Ronnie won't
What did
be,
he
but
just
this-
say?
The
Ronnie
Ronnie
will be
Block
with
party will
Howard.
be in Hartford and Stanford.
See how articulate he is? Wait till he hits the stage.
He's
Yeah, really.
awful
It's
at
even
everything.
better.
So who's going to be at the Ronnie Block party in Hartford?
JD is hosting.
JD's hosting?
JD is filling in for Ronnie.
Oh, you're kidding.
Everybody else have a great time.
He didn't want to do it, but I convinced him.
You convinced him to do it. Yeah.
He's doing me a favor.
I've never offered somebody this amount of money and seen him so miserable about doing a gig.
How much does he get paid for that? A lot of
He's
money,
getting
right?
a good amount. He's getting a very
couple of
good
grand?
amount. Yeah.
Wow.
And he didn't want to do it.
No, he's doing it, but I mean, you know,
he didn't
JD,
want it.
he's-
He didn't want to do it.
That's crazy.
He said, as a friend, he'll
He's
help
really
me out.
anxious about the appearance. That's what I'm hearing.
And I told him, I said, dude, you don't have to tell jokes or just be you. Just go up there and be you. And
Yeah. Are
He
you
doesn't,
freaking
he
out?
doesn't know we got other plans from afterwards too.
What are you going to
For
do
other
with him?
for other gigs.
Oh, I see. Well,
We're
hey,
going to force him to make money.
JD.
I'm not.
I understand why you're nervous.
I do too.
I mean, you don't go up in front of crowds.
Yeah,
Neither do Ronnie and Scott.
But
They're
Ronnie,
doing fine.
Ronnie's so out of it. He thinks he's got something going on.
But yeah, they love it. They look to do this.
And
I'm
Scott's so money hungry that he knows he has nothing going on, but he'll go up there anyway and just stare at the audience.
You have no idea.
Yeah.
like I'm not gonna do a hot chick.
But JD has enough self-awareness to know that he's a
He
complete
shouldn't be
fucking.
up there.
He shouldn't be up there. But the problem is, there's a lot of money involved.
Like
Do you have any kind of game plan for when you hit the stage in Hartford?
I mean, there's a couple little things. I'm not gonna do like a stand-up act or anything.
What are you gonna do?
There's a story that I've never told about that I'll probably tell.
Home run already. Home run.
Good already.
Well, it involves forget it. And
Exactly.
It involves what? So people can look forward to it.
it's a road story with Artie.
Oh, you're going to tell Artie's
yes.
story.
Well, no, it doesn't have Artie in it, but
Right.
it's
Something about maybe when you were in Vegas and Artie got you laid?
No, it involves a girl though. But
see, Howard, the explanation of this story: 10 minutes eaten up right there.
Right. Yeah, but you know he's going to hit the stage and he's going to rush through this story because he's going to be nervous.
Nobody will know what
You know,
he
I told
said.
him. I said, "Look,
It's going to sound like this. There was one time, remember on the air, I said I was going to tell a story. Okay. Well, I was with Artie. We were with Artie in Vegas.
And then Artie. And then Shuley. Have a good night.
I'll forget it. This is going to be horrible.
Tip your waiters and waitresses.
So you're going to tell that story. How long is that story?
I don't know. I mean,
Do it like Bill Cosby. Let it drone on for hours.
I'm really.
Then I went to the dentist, and the dentist was, oh my God, he's coming at me with a needle.
And then I went to karate school.
JT, just get ready for all the pranks, okay?
I'm not going to prank him. It's fun pranking you guys.
Of course not. No, you're not
So what are you
going
to do? You're going to tell that story. How long does that last? Have you figured out how long that lasts?
No, I haven't really done it. I sort of just wrote it down, a little bit. Yeah. And that's really it. Intro people. I'm just worried of disappointing because, like, Ronnie's a maniac, and I'm afraid people are going to come.
So why do you try to yell like Ronnie? Go,
I can. Yeah. I mean, that's about it.
Do that. Yeah.
Let's some fucking horse.
Wait a minute. Didn't I changed my whole routine this weekend? Right or wrong?
No, you did.
I got up there, I started telling, like, Black Cloud stories, all that kind of bullshit.
So you were talking like a stand-up more. Yeah, okay.
It's very But then I got into my routine a little bit.
But then when he goes to introduce a comic, he's like, I don't know who this guy is. I think he's funny.
I didn't say that.
Yeah, I swear you did. I swear. I'm not lying. You did.
That makes a comic feel real good.
Oh, yeah.
Way to sell it.
And jump in that hole I just dug for you.
Who did I say that about?
JD, why don't you just recite like a Chris...
liar.
Why don't you recite a Chris Rock bit?
I thought about that, but no, I can't. I'm
Do
not.
that whole thing, books are like kryptonite.
No, I'm not a standout.
Books are like kryptonite to black people.
Books are like...
So you put inside the book and they'll find it. Here's another comedian bison.
Wow.
Hello, Hartford. Oh, this is Stanford. Hello, Stanford.
I told him, I said, don't put any pressure on yourself. I'm not looking for you to eat
too late.
up a bunch of time.
I already put pressure on myself.
But I said, just be a traffic cop up there. Just move the show along. We got plenty of comics. We'll eat up the time, and it'll be a good job.
Yeah,
that's all I
tell
plan.
the story about with Artie.
Well, it involves a girl, but
a girl, and the girl, and she had big titty.
And then he called her, and then she came to room, and I blew my load, and I chased her out.
But I didn't. I blew my load on the sheets.
And I watched TV, and then I jerked off my T-shirt, and then I left the T-shirt.
You see this?
Yeah.
This is how it is at the show.
And then Scott just stares.
It's like
Scott contributes nothing.
We just got a glimpse of the show.
It's like Howard.
Why does that?
I'm
Scott?
just letting the action flow here. I don't want to interrupt anybody.
You don't want to interrupt the action.
No. This is good stuff. Why would I want to get in the middle of this?
Right.
It's like Ronnie and a totem pole.
So why do you
stage.
bring Scott? I mean, seriously.
I'm not supposed to say a lot. I
like
play ringing
pole.
effects. That's what I do.
Scott's like a human totem pole. All right, look.
You hit it on the head.
I got to get ready for little Steven.
Yeah, we got to stop this.
JD, you think you'll get laid at the show? There's always a hot chick who's going to want to bang you.
We'll see.
When they see you on stage, they're going to see you in a whole different light.
We'll see about
Girls, I'll meet you after the show.
Meet me by the dumpster.
All right. Scott's good though. He is. He's like an Indian, Indian pole. Whatever they call it.
Cigar store Indian.
Yeah, cigar store.
I'd like to do my
he has a
impression.
little tear coming out the side of his eye.
But you said weeks ago when you saw the footage from our TV, you said you're fascinated with him doing nothing.
Nothing. He just and I'm fascinated. Like when we have a problem here at the radio station.
Yeah.
And then everyone's springing into action, and then Scott just stares.
Slow down, Evan.
Or trails behind.
Evan, you're doing too much.
Easy, Evan.
Easy, Evan. You're gonna give yourself a heart attack.
Good shit this weekend.
Yeah. He just stands there, and like I can imagine watching the show and just staring at Scott.
I'm staring at him. I'm not even focused on what I need to do. I'm just fixated on Scott.
No, like right now we're talking about him behind his back, but he's staring at him.
You wouldn't even know.
Right.
You wouldn't even know.
Fascinating.
So, Ronnie, it was just your classic saline boob joke mix-up. That's what the crux of
It
this
wasn't
song
my
was.
joke, stupid ass. How many times do I have to tell you?
In general.
It wasn't me.
In general.
It wasn't me, okay? I admitted who it was. It wasn't me.
So it was you.
And during the whole interview, she was texting me, well, why don't you tell him? What's wrong with you? Why don't you tell him? I was just breaking balls, man. I got everybody riled up. Howard's yelling at me, telling me, don't use my show anymore. He's yelling at me, why don't you tell me?
And it was just your classic saline boob joke mix-up.
It wasn't mine.
In general.
It wasn't mine.
All right, as long as you didn't poop a boob, everything's okay.
I didn't poop a boob.
Would you like for Scott to invest in something like a laptop to bring on the road, or do you like the fact that he brings a cell phone? It's added to the comedy.
I will say, forget the comedy. I will say that there's no DJ out there today working like my man Scott.
Cutting edge.
Yes,
Cutting edge material, man. It's just nobody does this.
Right.
I'm the only one.
Well, there's a reason why nobody does it, and that's because most DJs can't get phone calls in the middle of their sets on their turntables or laptops.
I'm a very important person. I need to keep my phone on at all times. So.
And I love when he has to reboot his phone. He's got to take the battery out and shit.
You never heard of rebooting a computer either, I guess. I mean, those.
Yeah, of course.
Those
crash. It just looks funny to take a battery out of a phone in the middle of a gig to reboot it.
It wasn't the middle of a gig. It was before we started.
I know, but it was just before the show started, and then you were panicking.
This is what it's like on the flight, in the car, in the van, and they wonder
Scott, why not
I take
prepare more?
pictures of
He was
their heads
panicked,
and
man.
tweet
You
it
got to
out.
see him.
I was busy bowling.
I can't. My phone froze, and he's like panicking, and he's ripping the battery out and putting it back in. And
He's blowing on it like it's a Nintendo game.
Ronnie, why not bring a laptop? Why is he being? Do you think he's being lazy?
No, man, that's not my problem. I only host a show. I don't give a shit.
And that about sums up.
My man is graduated. He is in show business.
Angie goes, we're gonna be there when Eric hosts the show, and he goes, host? He doesn't host. Maybe co-host.
I'll roll his ass right off the stage.
Now they're interested. Now they fucking want to come to
Ronnie.
Yeah, you throw him
Getting back to what we discussed before.
Yeah.
You came clean. You fessed up. You said.
Well, I was breaking Lieberman's balls.
But you were breaking.
Because I saw him get upset, and the more he got upset, the more I was breaking his balls, and I wouldn't answer.
But then you took it out on me.
I didn't take anything out on you.
You got a little upset with me for asking.
What are you talking about?
You got a little testy with me.
No, because I was busy. We had a guest coming in. It's more important.
Than you?
Than joking around.
What's more important than what?
A guest coming in.
But your Twitter
Just
account.
remember whose show this is, not yours. It's Howard Stern's show. All right. Don't keep walking out at me like that.
What?
So I missed it though. So Stephanie tweeted it?
Stephanie tweeted it by mistake. Somehow got in my account. And she was tweeting it. She was in a bar with her friends. And they were talking about implants. Okay? And when they were saying something about when a boob pops, a saline boob pops in your body, it's kind of like when you're dehydrated, you get the chemicals running through your body. So when you pop a boob, I don't know what the hell they were talking about, but that's what they were talking about. A bunch of drunken girls, okay? That's how that happened.
I'll take my apology.
The typo made me think it was you because you're known for your typos.
I guess my girlfriend's as stupid as me.
No, she's articulate from what I can tell. So
why is that
So
articulate?
it surprises me that she would have a typo like that.
Well, she had a few drinks, you know?
That explains.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A few drinks.
I'll take my apology now from you.
What?
Yeah. I want my apology.
I was all over him that he hacked my account.
Yeah. I had to swear on my daughter.
And I still didn't believe him.
And he still didn't believe me.
Nah.
What's that?
No, I still didn't believe him.
What was after that part?
I said, I'm sorry, all right?
Thank you.
again, sir.
Yes, I am.
This time under much different circumstances.
Yes, I'm going to see my co-worker.
How do you feel about that?
I can't tell you how excited I am. Jeez.
Cupcake Wednesday to boot, you know.
It's a diabetic's dream.
It sure is.
How are you?
Hey, nice to see you.
Good to see you again. So I'm just going to head into here.
Sure.
Hi. How you doing? I back in.
So today, are you going to be offering advice? Are you going to be coaching him at all? Or are you
I
just gonna...
think if he wants advice, I could school him.
So today's interview will have a completely different dynamic.
You know, it's his interview. So if he has any questions, or if he is, now that he's on board, I am here and at his beckoning call for whatever information he needs. I'm fascinated, though. I'm fascinated at the fact that he's spending so much time in like wardrobe. I just heard him talking about
John Varvatos and the whole deal. Yeah, he's taking this very seriously.
He really is. I've been doing it for 2 years. I don't know what pants I'll be wearing tomorrow, but he's got a whole wardrobe. I kind of don't. I love that he's so concerned.
He's very professional.
I guess he makes me feel very unprofessional.
Why, you don't plan on wearing any pants at all?
There's a desk.
Yeah, exactly. I'd be in boxers the whole time.
Yeah, be comfortable.
Comfort first.
Yes.
Hey, Howie's here. Howie Mandel, my co-judge on America's Got Talent. We have not hooked up on the phone or talked since I announced that I'm a judge. And Howie's been going around doing some interviews, saying some real nice things about me. So we have a lot to talk about. There he is, my co-judge. Whoever thought that we would end up on the same TV show? Working together.
It's
weird.
It is weird.
Yeah.
I'm excited. Are you excited?
I'm very excited. I mean, we're only like 2 weeks away from taping.
2 weeks away.
Yeah.
I'm fascinated. I've been listening to every moment of you. I love the preparation and the thought that you're putting into this.
Well, first of all, I notice you have a certain look on the show. I see you wear like kind of a jumpsuit, kind of black thing.
Jumpsuit.
You're a good dresser.
A jumpsuit?
Be honest.
I wear a jumpsuit. It's a one piece.
Do you?
No.
Who dresses you? Stop it. You don't.
Katja. Didn't she call you Katja?
No, I don't. I didn't get that opportunity.
Yeah,
Katja.
you did. Who called you?
No one.
There's a wardrobe
person. Is Katja from the show?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, they said there's a wardrobe person who, I guess, when you do the show, and when we're taping in Los Angeles, for example, they want you to wear the same thing both days.
Right.
So they hold on to your outfit for continuity.
Right.
And then they steam it and stuff, and then they leave it for the next day. That I've been told.
But I love the detail that you're putting into it, because I had no thought. In fact, that's not
me
something...
neither. So,
yes,
but I've got to put thought into it.
I don't believe you.
Well, if I'm going to be on TV, I got to think about what I'm going to wear.
I heard you just saying you were at John Varvatos getting fitted
Yes, because I don't have Katja.
No, you do. Just like I do. She dresses everyone on the show. Here, they actually called me.
I didn't know.
When I signed on to do the show, they called me and they said, do you have a look? Is there something you want in particular? I think you told this story, or Jason told you this story.
Yeah.
And, I don't think about wardrobe and I don't think about anything. So I said, you know what? Honestly, I'll be totally honest with you. Tunics.
Right.
I'm into tunics and kind of a medieval look.
They told me this.
Did they tell you that?
Yeah.
And then she goes, "Are you?" And she doesn't know me, and it's on the phone. And she goes, "Are you serious?" I go, "Yes." With the advent of medieval times and all that, they're coming back.
So you want some chainmail?
Yeah, he wanted Renaissance.
Whatever, And I know you're a wardrobe person, and you'll come up with it. But that's. And she goes, "You serious?" And then it was like just an awkward silence, and then we hung up, and I never, reconnected.
Can I tell you, like 12 of the NBC guys were here. It was nice. They flew in. They wanted to know, they were kind of briefing me on what goes on America's Got Talent and discussing promotion and all this. And I said, gee, what is this wardrobe and blah, blah, blah. And they said, yeah, Howie told them the first year that he wanted Renaissance.
Yeah, I did.
And this poor woman went out.
Yeah.
And literally bought up Renaissance outfits like chainmail.
Oh my!
All this stuff.
That's my thing,
Yeah, you love yanking people's chains
because the Hoff wore a vest and mine was like a tunic.
Well, I was saying we should come up with an America's Got Talent uniform.
But here's the thing:
take out
I don't think about anything. I just.
But you do.
No,
because
you don't show up like this.
Yeah,
I do.
No, he does.
Wait. Let's back up.
Yeah.
Like this? What does that mean?
Well, this is sort of what you wear on the show. It's a little more dressy, but a little dressier.
A lot of times I'll wear my own clothes. She's wonderful. She looks at what I wear, and then at the end of the season, I get the boxes of everything they gave me. And right now, I dress out of a box.
Right, you take whatever clothing they gave you and you wear it.
But
I'm the same way. But no one offered me Katcha.
I promise you're offered.
So Ralph, who I use for every day here, he's going to
the
help
fact
me.
that you use somebody to dress you for radio.
Well, of course, no. We have a TV show every day. And I go, it's not funny.
I know.
Now listen,
But
you're
I
known
have
to.
no
let's
thought.
let's clear up a bunch of things.
Okay.
Because we're working together. Now.
Okay.
Now it's no longer. It's a work relationship.
I know what you're going to say.
No.
You don't want me to bother you.
Yeah. Now look, I know with Piers. And it's funny to me that you put a soda machine in front of his door and he couldn't get out of his door and all that. But honestly, if you fuck with me, I'm going to kill you. I don't mean like
Well,
beat
here's
you
the
up.
thing.
I mean, I'll kill you.
Here's my weakness. Can I tell you what
Go
my
ahead.
weakness is?
Right.
If I hear that you have a weakness, or that something really irks you, it's like water flowing downhill.
But it's kind of a draw because I'm the same way. Because I will take my hands, put them in shit, and cover your whole body with it because you're a germphobe. I will ruin you. I will go to war with you.
Like I said, I hear you're concerned about lighting. Were you concerned about the lighting and how they were going to light
I said to them, I said, listen to me. I pulled the executives in, right? I said, look, you see this face? I said, who's your audience? They said, women 35 to 49. I said, well, good choice. I'm choosing me. I'm a real turn-on to women. I said, you better take a fucking camera, put it on the moon, and shoot me from there because you can't get the camera far enough away from this face. Number
But you know I'm bringing lights to work.
Good. Bring lights.
No, to aim at you.
Well, go ahead. Aim the fucking lights. And I'm bringing germs. I'm going to rub all over you. You'll be showering for months.
Here's the beauty. Can I just tell you
Go ahead.
something?
I'm very
I want to
excited
tell
to work with you.
And I'm excited to work with you. Here is the beauty of this show for me. And
Go ahead.
I think that you should have the same attitude that I have.
Go ahead.
This is the one job that exists that is not a job.
Right. I don't view this as a job.
You know, people don't know, and I know, that what you do here and you sit and talk, this takes a huge team and hours of preparation and you work at it and you know how this conversation is going to flow and you know where you want to take it and what you want to do. And
It requires effort.
The beauty of America's Got Talent and any of these other things, it's not, I can't believe, and I said it, when I got the job, I used to sit at home in my underpants on the couch doing exactly what they're paying me to do.
Right. You would judge.
I don't think about it.
Right.
I don't think about what they're going to dress me in. I don't think about what I'm going to see. And I am so thrilled to just sit there.
Well, they told me, because I said to them, what are the real hours? Because I've been frantic about it. Because I get up early.
Yeah.
And I get tired because I'm used to getting up at 4 in the morning. Like the day we tape, we don't start till 11.
Right.
So, you know, they said some days it's like 11, 12 hours.
Yeah.
So I said, what's the delay? They said, well, some of it is we have to do setups. But they also said Howie loves being there. And Howie will sit there and he will, drag this thing out.
No, it's a 4-hour day, and because I'm there, it's 12?
Yes.
No, they didn't say that.
So listen.
They did not say that.
Yeah, they kind of did.
No, they didn't.
They blamed it on you.
Here's the actual truth. I'm going to tell you about the schedule.
All right.
The schedule is, and I absolutely love it, and I don't know why you wouldn't
They said you love being there so much that you barely want to go home.
I do love being there.
Right. But let's go home at some point and be fresh for the next day. Don't listen.
But you know what? If you're tired,
I'm going to lock you in your dressing room.
If you're tired and you can't focus, then tell the act. You know, I'll be totally honest with you. It might have been good. I dozed off.
Once my adrenaline starts going, I'm there. Now, I don't know about you, but the one thing I do take seriously about this job, I really want to find real talent.
Hey, and do you think my goal is
Sometimes
different?
I think you do put through people. I thought you were this season. I thought you put through people for peers to irk him.
You want to hear my theory?
Yeah.
And I think we have the same theory, except you don't know until you sit there how it's done. Here is my theory.
Okay.
I love America's Got Talent because it is so much more than just a singing and dancing competition.
I agree.
I am tired of singing and dancing, and
Me
you could
too.
do that someplace else.
I agree.
Plus, I believe that, and I'm not taking anything away from anybody who is a phenomenal musical talent.
Right.
But I would love to see somebody, as you said, somebody else beyond a singer win this contest.
Agree. I'd like to see a magician. If you're talking about a true great Vegas act, those guys make a fortune in Vegas.
Well, here's the truth.
Okay.
Let me say, it's whoever. You know, a magician for me, I am not a huge fan of magic, but I am a fan of performance.
Right.
So if somebody figures out a way to do the 3 tricks that exist,
right,
you know,
and do it in a new way, like Copperfield was really good at that. He's flouncing around on the stage, right?
Flouncing.
Yes.
Yes. So, but if somebody can flounce with finesse,
exactly,
then we put them through. So now here's the thing. Many times there will be a cavalcade of singer after singer after singer, no better than anybody you see on a cruise or in a Ramada Inn.
Agreed.
But the audience there thinks they're great because they're from the hometown. People think they're great, and then I'll see an Eric, the actor.
Right.
You know.
Right.
And I will say, and somebody like Piers will say, well, that's not a talent.
Right.
And I'll say, I will rather come and listen to Eric. And now that I know that he does accents and voices.
You would rather listen to Eric than some mediocre singer.
And the truth be told, your whole career...
But wait a second. It is the Tiny Tim factor. Like, if Tiny Tim came on America's Got Talent, Piers would have voted him off. And possibly you would have, and Sharon would have. But he went on to be a huge star because he was a freak and he was so interesting.
But Tiny Tim and your Whack Pack here, and, you know, there's so many other
characters. But let's be real. Let's figure out now as judges, because at this point it's you and me. Okay. We can outvote Sharon.
You're going to be a united front?
Let's unite. Let's decide right now on this show what our criteria is going to be, because I think it's confused over there.
I think you're overthinking.
Are we looking for the next big superstar act that can that would take you away from the gambling tables in Vegas, that would be as good as Howie Mandel in Vegas, someone who would be compelling and great and really sell tickets, or are we looking for something like a freak show, you know?
But let me just say something. A freak show, you know, and they're not in the same category, but if you look at what the Blue Man Group was doing, you know.
But Blue Man Group was a fully realized show.
Well, you know, when they started in a little club in a basement here in New York, they were, you know, 3-4 guys who were covered in blue paint, and they were banging on pipes, and you know.
So explain to me why you put through those chipmunk-looking characters,
the funny little people.
The funny little people. They were not.
Well,
listen, it was no different than what you'd see in Disneyland.
Well,
so they put in a costume and they jumped up and down.
Okay.
You did that to Irk Pierce. That wasn't right.
No. Yes.
Right.
And no. Yes and no.
Right.
Here's the thing.
You can't have yes and no.
I can have both.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Yes and no, because in that particular day, I believe that I would rather bring them forward. If I bring them forward, somebody else doesn't go forward. It fills the spot. I have a better chance of not getting another singer. I believe with those funny little people that I could create. I believe I can create.
But it's up to them to create.
A Vegas show. No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
It's not up to you creating. It's what they've got to present to you on the stage.
But you realize that our team there, once they go through the audition process, there's a lot of production people and production value, you know.
Right.
So if you look, I want to give you a better example.
Okay.
You hated the guy 2 years ago. There was this kid that did a kite. That flew a kite.
Terrible.
Why is that terrible?
Because I wouldn't pay 10 cents. Okay,
I don't believe you wouldn't.
Here's the criteria. I'm going to ask you this when we're taping the show.
Okay.
If we disagree on something.
Right.
I'm going to say to you, hey, Howie, put up your own money and bankroll this act. You wouldn't do it. You would not bankroll the kid with the kite.
You want to make?
And you're a guy who produces television shows, and you've got a big career.
Let me tell you something. I disagree with you. If you take the guy with the kite,
go ahead,
and in Las Vegas, and this
you
guy,
make him part of a show.
No.
Oh.
But he's the headlining show. He has these kites, and you have lasers, and you have great music.
He didn't have
and
lasers.
You have but that's what it could become for a Vegas show.
You can't say what it becomes. He should have brought on lasers then.
No, but I am more apt to go see this musical kite-flying laser show in Vegas than I would to go see some
singer.
The guy standing there with a guitar who I have no idea who he is.
But are you saying you're going to be biased against people who come to sing? No. You're going to, if you see somebody great, you will put them through.
Right.
Here's what I was talking to Simon Cowell the other night. We had a 45-minute discussion about this.
Right.
And he said, you know, take it from the guy who's supposedly the expert at judging, but he said, if you get influenced by the audience sitting there and you put through these mediocre acts, you'll never get rid of them because America starts to vote for them and they feel sorry for them. You can't.
I don't like when they have a story. I don't like when people are voting on a story.
The guy who won last year had such a story. He was a car wash guy.
Yeah.
To me, he was a novelty act. I don't think he should have won.
Well, here's the thing.
Go ahead.
My take on last year and my favorite act was Illuminate.
I agree.
But that's who I kept saying.
I know you did.
But by the same token, when you're sitting in the room and you see this guy, and when he came out and he was, before they put him in suits and everything,
Yeah,
and I
right.
wasn't expecting, you know, this Frank Sinatra, this crooner kind of voice.
Right.
You know, and I saw that the women liked him. I saw they liked the sound of his voice. Beyond the story, you know, I see why he got as far as he got. And, you know, when you look at Michael Bublé and you look at Harry Connick, they've had, like, big Vegas.
See, I can't stand that crap. That Harry Connick, Michael Bublé.
But I'm not asking you if you can stand it, and they're not asking you if you can stand it.
And I don't think Vegas can stand it. And isn't the
you're
criteria
wrong.
whether or not the guy could be a big Vegas act? That's the criteria.
And you're telling me Michael Bublé can't be a big Vegas
Michael Bublé can. He's done it, but I don't think there's room for 20 Michael Bublés.
Is there room for one more?
Well, I felt it was like such a novelty that a black guy was singing Frank Sinatra, that it was a novelty act. It wasn't really a true great Vegas act. And I met the guy. He's a lovely guy. I'm glad he won just because he got a bunch of money and he was working in a car wash and now he can support his family. But I want a superstar out of this. We've got to get a superstar.
Well, you know, the truth is, America's Got Talent has launched superstars.
We've got the ventriloquist guy who supposedly has $100 million.
No, but I'm saying even if they didn't win that exposure, you know, you look
Who
at
do we have? Jackie Ivanko. Okay. Who else?
The guy you're talking about is Terry Fader.
Okay.
Who's got a $100 million contract.
What does that mean, a $100 million contract?
That he gets, he gets, if the place is sold out each and every night at full price seating.
Right.
Then he would probably stand over 5 years to make $100 million.
Do you think I'll become the guy who's the voice of reason, like sort of like Piers, because you and Sharon,
leader.
Yeah, you and Sharon seem to always sort of team up with each other.
I don't think that's true.
I do.
I think I'm a voice of reason.
I think I am. I think you were more the voice of reason the first season, and then the second season, you started to vote people in just because you wanted to irk Piers.
No.
That's the impression I got.
Well, I'm sorry you got that impression. That's not true. I'm totally honest on that show. I would never, you know, I think it's funny, and I think there's something to be said, and you called it the Tiny Tim factor. There was this guy the year before, Ronith. I don't know if you remember. I just saw him. I just played in New Jersey, and he came up to. He was.
The old
Indian
guy.
He's an Indian guy, who was doing impressions.
right. I remember that.
He couldn't do. He didn't do. And he said he had the man of 100 voices. And I thought I could build this guy as a man with 100 voices, each of them sounding exactly the same.
But that's a one joke guy, and I thought you were crazy to put him through.
But
because he's not. He's a
one
joke
joke guy.
He would never make a career of his own. Yeah, if he sat on the Howard Stern show and I sat and talked to him and made interesting things with him every day, he could be made into a star, like Eric the Midget or something. But a guy sustaining that on his own, Eric the Midget can't sustain that on his own.
Let me just tell you.
Go ahead.
Let me talk to you as a producer.
We are going to have so many arguments on this show.
What if in the context, and you got to produce it. It's not just these guys come to you with no team behind them.
Right.
If I had this guy who believed that he did characters, what if I hired a cast of hundreds for the stage?
But Howie, that's like saying a comedian comes on and he's shitty, but you say to yourself, boy, if I write him his material, he'll be terrific. I mean, you can't. The guy's got to come on and wow you. You can't say
you
what
can't
if.
compare the comedian.
Sure you can.
No, I can say.
There was a woman on that you had last season who did voices and impressions. She was very good. She did good impressions.
I agreed with you.
She had crap material.
That's exactly right.
And I would have said to her, I would have said, you know what? You run out right now and hire. I'll give you the name of 5 guys that I know that can write comedy material for you. I would have said that to her.
She did it wrong.
Right.
She could have, but she did have the persona. Had she gone back to the clubs, had she got a writer, she would have gone further.
Yes.
And there was another comic, J. Chris Newberg, who actually went further than any other comic did. Remember, he's the guy that roasted Piers.
Right.
He's great.
But we can't sit there and say, what if they don't go out and hire them? In other words, I can't sit there and imagine their act for them.
But I think that I did say that she was great. She had, she had a lot of stage presence, and that she didn't have material. And she didn't make it as far as the other comic because she didn't have material.
So you think you're the voice of reason? That's interesting. Don't you think, and I was going to say
I
this
think we come at it from different perspectives,
right?
But we'll have good, healthy discussion.
I think it'll be good. Now tell me what happens in Vegas week. Do we really decide? That's where we decide who really goes through.
And we sit in a room and we argue because it's got to be down
Let's
to
not
the 40th.
argue. Just listen to me and everything will be fine. Really? We can get out of that room in 10 minutes.
You have no idea how competitive I am, and I really am. You know, and I'm really serious about trying to find. We sat up till 2, 3 in the morning.
Oh, my goodness! Don't even say that.
I will put a pillow over your head and suffocate you if you keep me up till 2 or 3 in the morning.
Vegas is the long hours.
That's the long hours because we really do the producers come to us and say, listen,
all of us,
we strongly urge. You're saying it's me, you, and Sharon really make it.
And the producers.
Oh, and the producers.
Yes.
And we decide.
Yes.
Till 2, 3 in the morning.
Well, we will look at the tapes of what they did. We'll take everything into consideration, and we'll say, what do you know?
Is it hard to make that final cut?
The Vegas is
brutal.
Brutal.
Because you feel bad that you're not...
On 2 levels. Okay. Number 1, because you're making, you know, they're saying 48, and you're going, but this guy was great, and this guy was great. And
yeah, we got to give him a shot, right.
Yeah, and so, amongst us, judges and producers, we can get pretty heated and argue.
We do. We get passionate and yell at each other.
See how passionate you feel about somebody, and then your guy's not in, you know?
And you got to live with it.
And you got to live with it. So there's that. And then you have to face them. And these people have, you know, their hopes and dreams. You know, they've made it all the way to Vegas, and then they face you, and then they give us...
I think that's going to be harder for me than I can imagine.
That's the hardest part of the job. I hate that.
I don't like to see somebody's dream burst. But, like, the other day, a father called in, and he said, I'm having my 10-year-old audition, blah, blah, blah. And I said, okay. She had a tape on YouTube. I listened to it. I said, she's terrible. She doesn't have it. She could develop. She's 10 years old. But don't put your kid through that. What are you doing?
I would love if people just phoned in like that. But the thing is that they're going to be standing in front of you. And they've made it to Vegas.
Right.
And their hopes and their dreams. And it's set up so that it's really tough. You know, I mean, for people who have watched the show, everybody shows up in Vegas, and we tell you they're put into 3 groups.
Right.
One group... We tell you you're not even going to perform. You're going right to Hollywood. We're not going to Hollywood anymore. You're going to New York.
Right.
Wow.
Okay. To New York. Yeah.
You're going to New York. One group, we say you are going to perform here.
Right.
And there's 48 spots. Okay. Well, there's not 48. The people that went.
You've got to essentially audition again.
That went to New York. You got to. There's 22 remaining spots. You got to go for the 22 remaining spots.
Right.
If the third group. If we can't find 22 in that third group, there'll be 5 remaining spots for this whole third group, and you can go.
We have real power.
Oh, you have no idea.
That third group must be.
What a fun thing, but a big responsibility in a sense.
It really is. As much as it's fun and everything, people's lives and careers and futures are in our hands, and your words are like daggers.
Do you think when you were coming up, I mean, you've had a brilliant career. Do you think you would have done America's Got Talent? I don't think you would have gone that route.
I did. I started on a show called Make Me Laugh.
All right.
Which was basically judging, you know, for every second that they didn't laugh,
right,
you won money.
Right.
And then the next show I did was on Showtime. It was called the Laugh-a-thon, and Jimmy Brogan hosted it.
And it's true.
It was
you
a
did.
Contest.
The way I became aware of you was the Merv Griffin show. That's where I got turned on.
I did 14 Merv Griffin shows.
Yeah, I got turned on to you through that.
Yeah.
So I guess you built your career on TV, but you've honed your act outside of television.
I'm still playing I do 200 live dates a year.
How do you work that into this schedule? Do you get off America's Got Talent and then go fly and do a date?
I will usually fly in and out and do a date. Yes.
So you're busy.
But you also have Mobbed.
And I do Mobbed.
Oh, we got to get to that. But finish this for me.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, you're welcome.
Howie, don't you think on America's Got Talent, and I even watched you with Piers, don't you think you promote your Twitter account too much?
No, here's the thing.
It feels desperate to me.
No, here's
you
the
don't
thing.
need to. I mean, you don't need to promote that.
I'll tell you why I'm promoting Twitter.
Go ahead.
At Howie M. Mandel.
Yeah, what is that? I mean, but why do you care?
You're on Twitter. I'll tell you why.
I'm on Twitter, but who gives a fuck?
And you're going to love it more than ever on this show. And
I hardly tweet.
I'm the one who told Piers Morgan about Twitter.
Right.
And even before you did that live tweeting when you were watching your movie, I did it 3 years ago.
Really?
I did. Well, that first.
Okay.
No. On the show, because I found this Twitter.
Okay.
Okay. And what was amazing during the live shows was people were going, I would read the tweets live. As
right, I remember.
And they were going, he's off key. Or they were going, we can't hear you. Or they're going, and I see like a barrage.
I'm not going to sit there and listen. A big mistake is for us to react as an audience when we judge. And Simon said this. The biggest mistake you can make is react to what the audience is doing. If they're cheering and screaming and then you put them through, We have to tune out the audience, and the Twitter people. You have to tune out. Who are they?
Well, here's what I do.
We're interested in your opinion.
At that point, when we're in the live show,
right?
I think that we're looking for somebody that is marketable to America. And even if I don't like the act, even if I'm not a fan of country music, I'm not really a fan of magic.
You will read the Twitter and say, okay, since they like it, I'll put them through. I think that's wrong.
No. It's not that easy. But I want to be informed.
Right.
I want to be informed by what's happening. And I have a and they got mad at me. The producers went, you better put that down.
Right.
NBC came out and said, stop that.
Yes.
And this past year, they told everybody, tweet and do it because they're getting another platform to promote.
Everyone's with social media.
Yeah.
But I think that it is our obligation to give our opinion, which you do.
I do.
And then fuck Twitter and everyone else, and this is it. We're the judges, and that's it.
But don't you want to know, I will say that, to a contestant, I don't get it.
Right.
But I got to tell you that you just lit up, and I don't go by the audience in the theater or in the studio.
No, we can't.
No, but there's 15, 20 million people listening at home. And if it's coming through, it's amazing how different something seems when you're there live versus how you watch it or how it...
Right.
And I'm interested in seeing how the audience is.
How many times during the season do we get to have sex with the good-looking girl contestants so that they can get put through to the next round? How often do you take advantage? Like, do you take advantage of that a lot?
It is encouraged.
Yeah.
But
you send out a vibe and you hope for the best.
Right.
Yeah. You must be. Do we have a lot of downtime?
No.
No, there's not a lot of downtime. You get in there and things start to happen.
Yeah, that's the thing. The 12-hour day is like a packed day. It's act after act after act. See, I'm a fan of, when I'm not working, I'll sit on YouTube. I watch TV. My TV's on 24/7. I don't sleep.
That's the problem. You're a little too into it. We can't spend all day there. Let's move along, get the opinion, and go on.
Well, we get the opinion, and we do move on. But I could see, I love great acts. I love bad acts. It's the best job.
It is fun. I tell you what. I said to Robin, I said, I got to get on one of these shows and be a judge. It's got to be the greatest fucking job ever.
And what I'm telling you, Howard, is don't stop thinking about it. Stop thinking about it. Just show up to the party.
I'm glad you said that because originally...
What I wanted to ask, because one of the things about the judging, Piers would make up his mind pretty quickly.
Yes.
If he hated it.
Well, he wanted to get out of there to a CNN show.
And he'd hit the buzzer, and then he'd turn around and look at you two, and you would let him finish.
Yeah, I thought you were doing that to irritate him sometimes.
No.
No? Really?
No, because here's the thing. I do have empathy for anybody who's a performer. And, I don't believe... And they only have 90 seconds.
Right.
So if you can't wait another 20 seconds, that doesn't mean that there aren't
some people... But the concept is to gong show them, in a sense, to buzz them if they're not good. Right.
And I have.
You've
it's not that I have hit the buzzer, but not as frequently as Piers did.
Did you hear the rumor that they were thinking of adding a fourth judge?
I did hear that rumor.
But I understand
They're not.
that Simon was pushing for that.
Yes.
Yeah, because don't you think that might slow it down?
Well, first of all, I don't really understand the concept because just the odds of voting three
right. They need a tiebreaker.
How does I don't know how 4 would work.
Right.
Number one, number two, especially in the live show.
Right.
That's hard for me because they'll say you got 20 seconds.
Right.
You got so you want to critique it, you want to tell them why you like it, and you always feel like did what I say make sense?
It's funny. I was going to say to you before that this concept of overthinking it. When they first approached me about doing this, I said, "Oh, okay. Now I got to come up with." I said to them, "I need to see the acts ahead of time so I can do." And they said, "No, we're just interested in your opinion." Then I started thinking, "Oh, what's got to go on? What I'm going to do, and this and that." And I said, "No, that gets in the way of the show." The secret, I believe, is that
spontaneity.
It's not the Howard Stern show. It's America's Got Talent. They're calling me in to be a judge, and I should just give them my opinion.
It was such
an
adjustment for me. The thing is, as somebody who's a performer and wants to be loved, when we're in Austin, Texas,
right,
and they say, "Ladies and gentlemen, 14-year-old Carolyn from Austin, Texas," the crowd there is going wild.
Right.
Carolyn can't sing a note, a fucking note. And I go, really? You know, singing is not really...
It's not for you.
It's not for you. And these 300 people or 3,000 people who's ever in the theater starts booing me. I mean, that was tough. And I have to say, you know what? But America's on board, I hope. I mean, it was really tough the first time.
I can imagine.
And they could hate. They turn on you. They're excited that you show up, and then they hate you.
Well, also, as a great performer as you are, I would imagine it's difficult sometimes not to shtick it up and not to say, okay, I'm going to do some comedy here, or now it's my turn to talk and I'm going to do this. That will ruin the whole idea of the show, right? I mean,
what I have found to be the best, and if I can give you any advice, is stop thinking.
Right.
There is no job in the history of show business
where you don't have to think.
It's
this is
nothing.
It.
There's no preparation. People like Jason Raff and all these people, they create a monster. They build it. They work. They've been working all year long. They're picking the acts that we're going to see.
I've spoken to Jason, Meredith R., Brandon Rigg, Paul Telegdi, and everyone said the same thing you're saying. They said, look, we just want your opinion, and that's it, and then move on. And that's what we're after.
Yeah.
I said, well, I can do that. I'm
and I
certainly
think if you
opinionated.
overthink it, that'll show.
Right.
You know, it'll look like prepared. You know, I don't prepare material.
Right.
I don't prepare. It's just whatever comes out. And you know something? Your intellect and your honesty is what has gotten you to where you are.
And that's what people are interested in.
If you bring that to the show, and as long as you don't try to be something that you're not, or that you think you should be.
Is this your third season?
This is going to be my third season. I've done 2.
You've done 2 seasons. This is your third.
Yeah.
You think Sharon's excited about doing it?
I think that she's very excited. She's very excited about you. I think that this is going to be a little hard for her
with the New York thing
because she has the talk in Vegas, in L.A.
Is she on board?
I assume she is.
Right.
So why are you asking? Have you?
No,
heard something?
I don't know. I haven't had any contact with Sharon except she came in and did our show a couple of weeks ago.
That was before you had announced.
Yeah, she said she's on board, but I didn't know.
She's on board.
So what is she going to do? How does she do the talk?
I don't know.
Yeah, I see.
She did not say she was on board when she was
didn't?
here.
What did she say?
She said that she was staying with L.A. and that, New York seemed to be a problem for her. She loves the show.
I think
and would love to
I don't
do
know
it.
that it's a problem for her as much as it might be a problem for CBS, right? Is that
isn't our show, America's Got Talent, way more important than that dopey talk show she does? Because we're a network show on at night that's a huge #1 hit.
Well,
if she's going to give up one show, give up that other stupid.
I don't
fucking
think
show.
she's giving anything up, and I haven't. I'm so busy that I haven't had any contact with her. I assumed if she wasn't on board, we would have heard about it.
Right.
So I think it's the 3 of us.
Was there? I was reading about your relationship with Piers and Sharon, and one time there was an incident where you guys were on a plane.
Yeah.
Piers was asleep.
Yeah.
When he woke up, Sharon put her tits in his face, like bare tits in his face.
And
he was upset about that?
Because Nick was videotaping it.
Why would he be upset about
Nick
that?
Cannon videotaped it.
I'd love that.
I know, but
Put your tits in my face every fucking day. She's got great rack.
She does.
Why would he be upset about that?
I think because he's the anchor at CNN and he felt that wasn't the image he wanted to
Didn't
project.
Piers give up the wrong job? Honestly, when I thought Piers was terrific on the show. I've said that everywhere.
Yeah, I was. I was happier with him than he was with me.
Right, but CNN, I think he was happy with it. I think he liked the animosity, and it didn't feel real to me. Do you think it was real that he really didn't disliked you?
I think he disliked. I think he didn't get my way of judging. I think he didn't get my sense of humor, and I think that I do think it was real.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I was real.
I took the test on the America's Got Talent website to see who you're most like as a judge, and I was convinced I would be most like Piers. I was most like you.
Really?
That's what it said.
Mine came up with. I took the test too, and mine came up like Brandy.
Really? That's frightening.
Yeah, remember she was the host.
Yes, of course. David Hasselhoff, Brandy. Regis used to be the host. Then it was Jerry Springer. I'm a big fan of the show. So I like you. I said, hey, I'm sitting at home doing this. I might as well go get paid to be the judge.
It's the best job.
I'm very honored that they chose me.
I know, but you seem very incredibly neurotic and worried.
No,
but that's just him.
I approach everything in a serious manner. I really do.
But
I take it seriously.
I'm glad that you're on board and you're taking it seriously. But I'm telling you, have fun, be yourself.
But look, the Hoff. Let's talk about it honestly. He didn't take it so seriously. I think
he did. I think he took it like he takes life. That's it. Like he takes his hamburgers and his children.
If it's not important to the judges, It's still, you know, in terms of the world events and where we're going as a country and how our world is going, this is not the most important thing. But if the judges on this show don't take it seriously and really look for real talent, then the show's whole premise is out the window.
Here's where for me, where it goes wrong. If the judge is more concerned about how they're being perceived versus their honesty.
Has that happened? Was Piers, are you referring to Piers?
I'm not referring to anybody in particular, but I know that it's hard for some judges, even at a time when they believe that they should be negative, or they believe, and so I just learned, and I'm comfortable in. I've got 3 years in, and it'll take an adjustment for you.
Yeah, I think so.
You know, it'll take an adjustment. Comfortable in being booed. I get booed like crazy in every hometown in the travel. But you're sitting, listen, when you show up someplace and 3,000 people from their hometown are there and they hate you because you haven't found any talent. There's mornings where we'll go through crap, and we haven't found anything, and you know, we make comments like what is happening in this town. It's a hard adjustment, but it's a great show.
Now, I like Nick Cannon on the show, Howie.
I love Nick Cannon.
I think he does a great job, and I told him that I was on his show, and I really do, but I am so worried about this guy. Today he'd announced well, first of all, his kidneys failed. Why did they fail? This guy doesn't want to be home. He works nonstop.
Did you know his schedule? It's like nuts.
It's nuts. Now he announced he's directing a movie. Where he's teaming up comedians. And who is he teaming them up with? Comedians and rappers or something. He's directing a movie. This is a guy who is not aware of his own health. He's definitely not a guy who wants to be home. Let's be honest, right? I mean, he's like a Jamaican. He's taking 50 jobs. And I said to him, I think you're key to the show. I want you there. Why don't you give up a couple of jobs?
Didn't the doctor tell him that?
Now he announced he's directing a movie.
Well, then that's
big mistake. It's stupid. Maybe we should do an intervention on this guy.
I think there should be an intervention.
I mean, what's he doing? They're telling me he takes a pillow and lays down on the floor between takes or something.
He does.
Yeah. I mean, that's insane.
He sleeps whenever he can get. I've never seen anybody, you know, they talk about Ryan Seacrest.
Right.
Ryan Seacrest is basically unemployed compared to Nick Cannon.
And Ryan's got a lot going on.
Yeah. He's got to be thrilled, Nick, that you're on board because New York, he was taking the plane flights. He was always flying with me. I was always.
It was crazy. His radio show starts at 6 in the morning, which means he was in L.A. starting the show at 3 in the morning.
Right.
Finishing at 7.
Right.
Then he drives to the set of America's Got Talent because his call time is earlier because he's the host.
Right.
And he literally would go from 7 in the morning till about midnight.
And at America's Got Talent, in downtime, he would take meetings because he's an executive at Nickelodeon.
Yeah, so how is this guy alive?
Well, one of his kidneys quit and left.
Right.
Yeah, I was going to say,
I can't take this anymore.
Completely understandable that his kidneys failed.
Have you ever called him aside and said, listen, I care about you. Why don't you fucking calm down? I mean, you don't have to have every job. You've never done that.
I've never done that.
You don't feel comfortable with that?
No. I told you, I show up, I don't care. I do. I don't give any thought.
Did you get the invite as I did for the special dinner that we're having the night before?
Yes.
Yes.
No,
not Jimmy. No, not Jimmy's.
Oh.
We're having an America's Got Talent dinner.
Did I get the invite?
Yeah, well, I saw your name on it.
Oh,
they put your email address on there. And
did they really?
Yeah, I was like, well, they shouldn't be sending that to everybody.
I didn't get it. Yeah, because you're hard to get a hold of. You know you're hard to get a hold of.
Yeah, well, why can't you get a hold of me?
Because you screen your calls and you didn't want to talk to me.
No, bullshit.
It is not bullshit.
It's a service that forwards my call to me wherever I am. I wasn't on the phone.
Can I?
Of course, I want to talk to you.
No, you didn't. You wanted to hold it. You wanted to hold it till we were on air.
No, bullshit.
Because I called Gary. Gary told me that you're supposed to call this Spanish fly, and then I called that. I called that number.
You never called.
They go and then it says in the space, leave your name, and I go Howie.
Right.
Mandel. And then they go, we are looking for him.
Right.
And then it goes away.
I wasn't there.
Wait. So they go, he's not there. Would you like to leave a message? Well, I don't know who Spanish Fly is, so I'm not going to leave a message and a phone number on there. No, I didn't hear your voice. So I don't know.
It says Howard.
Wait. So then they say he's not there. We leave a message. I go, no. Call back 2 hours later.
Okay.
Same thing. Howie. Now, your phone rings somewhere, and then you weren't there.
It rings. I'm not there. Sometimes I'm not home. But I'll answer my message.
3 times. I didn't leave a message.
Well,
so
he
you
doesn't
hear
leave a
Howie's
message.
on the phone. I don't want to talk to him now, and that's okay.
Hey, He doesn't leave a message.
I won't
Gary
leave
said,
messages.
did Howie call you? I said, no, he never called me.
And it doesn't give
I
any
will not.
How would I know?
I
No.
won't leave a phone
How would
number
you-
on a robotic
But
thing.
Howie,
I don't know who
how
gets
would
this.
I know you called?
Because I left my name. It goes to your phone.
No, if you don't leave a message, it doesn't go anywhere.
And then I checked it. I heard Gary talking about. I heard you talking about. I didn't call you. You were waiting for my call, and I called Gary during the show that day, and I said, "Check this number." He told me that was the number. You do hear it. Your phone rings.
I mean it, Howie. Howie, I love you. Why would I want to talk to you?
I don't know.
Why don't you try I'm busy, not I'm not at home? They're cell phones now.
Yeah.
But doesn't this thing search all your phones and wherever
yes.
you are?
It forwards it to wherever I tell it to go.
Right.
But I wasn't obviously in by my phone.
A whole
It goes
day.
to my home.
A whole day.
No, I don't know. I never got a call from you. I never got a call from you.
Why don't you switch it when you go somewhere?
I do, but I might have been out running. I might have been. Sometimes I do stuff. You know what I mean?
And then you said, and then you wrote me an email.
Yes.
And you said, I'll call you.
And I never called you.
Right.
Well, I didn't want to bother you. You were calling me. I wasn't looking for you.
Well, then
No,
you
I
didn't-
wanted
you didn't tell me to call you.
But actually, this is probably the conversation we would have had on the phone, right? I mean, we
So
just
you want
had
to
it.
save it for radio?
No, it just worked out that way. I mean, what would we say in private about this?
How do you know what I wanted to call you about?
What did I assume you wanted to call me about America's Got Talent?
Yeah.
Right. Right.
So we had it.
Did you have something private you wanted to say to me?
Never mind.
I'm excited. Do you know?
I'm excited to be working with you.
How's the OCD?
It's not good.
It's bad. Worse than ever.
A little bit. You know, I'm doing this show, which makes it hard for me.
Which show? The
Mobbed.
Mobbed.
Which will you watch it tonight? I know you're on Letterman.
Now
but
this
then-
is your second season.
No, it's really the first season. We did a special.
Right.
That's the one I promoted.
Tell people what Mobbed is again, in case they don't know.
Mobbed is you know what flash mobs are,
right?
And there's the spontaneous outbursts of singers and dancers in malls and train stations.
You go
And I
on
thought that
Twitter
was
and everyone decides to go do the Michael Jackson dance.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I thought, okay, so that's kind of neat, and that was 5 years ago they were doing that. And then I love hidden camera, and I thought
Right.
if you have a secret, an intimate secret that you want to share with somebody, what better way to do it than to take that person to a public place and they hear it in a musical? And the first one we did was a proposal, but what if you want to quit a job? What if you want to tell your wife that you know that she's cheating?
Right.
Wouldn't it be great to
Oh,
hear
my
that in a giant
goodness.
musical?
That's on tonight, the show?
Tonight is one. It's a really good one. I don't want to give away what it is, but the guy, they don't always
Like if
work
I'm
out
fucking
great.
a guy's sister, I could get you to do a flash mob. And hey,
Yes.
guess what? Howard's fucking your sister.
Yes.
Oh, that's good. I
Yes.
like that.
But on tonight's show, we have, and it's right after Idol. On tonight's show, it didn't work out the way we thought, because what happened is we always have this hidden camera thing, and it was this young guy, and as the dance breaks out, the music starts, and we did kind of a, it's Smooth Criminal, that video,
Michael
so the
Jackson.
door opens, and we had this backlight, and these dancers come in, and they got chains, and they're backlit, and they're smoking everything. The guy thought he was going to die. He thought, I don't know what he thought, some sort of dancing gang was after him, and he starts going, "Leave me the fuck alone! What the fuck is this? I'm getting out of here! Don't you fucking touch me!" You can
I
hear
would
it
do that
speak.
too.
It's and they're going, "Just calm down, just watch," and they go, "No fucking way! Get me the fuck out of here!" And you see me going, "Lock the door." We thought the whole thing. We had 2,000 people waiting there.
Do you have an episode where there's a pedophile and then announce it on the air or something like that?
Chris Hansen comes out
dancing.
dancing.
I would like to see that. So with the OCD now.
Yes.
I didn't know this part. You never told me. When you were a kid, when you were like a teenager, you'd come home from school and shower for 2 hours.
Yeah.
That's unfucking believable. You've
Why?
been tortured by this your whole life.
Yes.
I mean, imagine in high school. Who showers in high school?
No.
I showered once a week in high school.
Right. Boys
Well,
are
that's not
usually
your-
notorious for not showering.
That's right. Go ahead, Hands Bill. You're on with Howie Mandel. Watch Howie Mandel host Mob, premiering tonight at 9 o'clock on Fox. After American Idol.
That's a good spot.
That's a great spot.
Hey, Howie.
Will you watch it tonight? I want you to see it.
I will watch it.
And I'll watch you on Letterman.
Thank you.
Hey, Howie, how you doing, brother?
All right.
I'm doing okay. Oh, how? I don't know
right.
who's-
But how are we going to deal with that, too? I'm
That's another
Howard.
question.
What are
You're
the
Howard.
odds of two Howards being on...
A same show.
You know what I call it now? There's two Howards and an Osborne. It's H2O.
Oh, very good.
See what
Look
we've
at
done?
you.
I'm always
See,
marketing.
that's why.
Marketing.
That's why you're a genius.
Okay.
Ham Hands, go ahead.
Hey, Howie, listen, with your OCD and your germophobia, if your wife just comes out of the bathroom or washed up a private parts, are you still able to kiss her private parts or not?
Yeah,
really?
Howie,
Yes.
with OCD, are you able to go down on your wife?
Yes.
That's a good question,
Yes.
actually, Ham.
As long
Is
as
that
I-
really true? Do you sit there and go, oh, fuck,
No.
I'm going to get germs?
No, I won't. I won't.
I don't believe it.
No, I'm telling you. Why would I lie?
You probably prefer not to go down. Wouldn't you prefer just to fuck and not have to
And
have
like a
any
plastic bag.
saliva exchange
No,
or anything like that?
I don't mind that. It's shaking hands. It's hands.
But why do you think your wife is like you? A woman's vagina probably has more germs,
really,
than a hand's.
When is the last time you've looked at a vagina and seen it cough?
Well, I don't know. I heard you were freaked out in the hallway because Ronnie, the limo driver, was coughing.
Ronnie coughed.
I know.
But then he goes. There's not a sound. I'm just standing quietly in the hall.
Yeah.
And then I hear like that. And I go, are you sick?
And he claims he's not sick.
Wait. I go, are you sick? He
Right.
goes, no, it's just my voice. Your voice? You weren't talking.
It'll be about 3 feet too long.
But they, did he just cough?
Yes, he did.
Are you sick, Ronnie?
He's not sick. He's run down because he was traveling a lot.
He's not sick. What? Voice.
He lost his voice.
Wait, you coughed in silence. It's not like, what kind of voice?
Silence.
There was
Just my voice.
No, there was no sound, and then you coughed.
I went like this.
Right. That's not your voice. When you're talking to me.
Understood.
Not understood, apparently.
Run down, he's sick.
Yeah.
Been a lot of traveling, man. I've been out on the West Coast a lot, back and forth, so.
People travel, they bring back the bird flu.
What can I do?
You could stay back from it.
I had to do it.
He's been doing these live club dates where he goes
That's
out
what
and
he says.
screams. And so he's losing his voice. But
I'm on tour. I do dates all the time.
Yeah, well, you talk like a normal person.
Yeah, you don't scream like he does.
His act is going up there and screaming and yelling out obsenities. Really? That's the whole act.
I saw him.
You'd probably put him through on America's Got Talent.
I saw him at the UFC fight, and he told me he's got a deal with Fox.
He had his own talk show,
but he's not allowed to say.
Yeah, I don't
what
know.
kind of marketing plan is that? I can't talk about it yet.
I don't know.
can't talk. It's got a bigger veil than your announcement for America's Got Talent.
One of the questions that came up in this meeting with NBC is like they said to me, well, how much promotion are you willing to do? How much were you willing to do on your own, and how much are you willing to do with the other judges? I said, I would be thrilled to appear with Howie.
Why do they send him
there's
in?
Ronnie. Why'd they send you in if you're sick? Howie's going to freak out.
Come on, man.
What do you want to say? I'm in the middle
There's
of
nothing wrong with me.
No, you're sick. You were coughing even in the car this morning. And I'm germphobic, and I was freaking out.
Hello. You were sick for 2 weeks? Yeah. I wasn't, okay?
No, but what does that got to do with it?
All I'm saying, I'm telling you, I am fine except
Then
for
why
my
were you coughing
throat.
so much? And
I'm fine except for my throat.
My throat is dry. I told you.
I just got a touch of the strep.
Yeah.
All right, listen, I'll leave you back to your interview.
All right, thank you. Yeah.
For Howard TV, you're going to love it. It was such a great moment. Ronnie's like standing against the hallway, probably like 6 feet away from Howie, and he coughs, and he tried to make it like cough into his shoulder, and Howie just starts like moonwalking.
Yeah, right. Is the worst part of America's Got Talent when at the beginning I know you have to run through the audience. Why don't we do away with that? I don't want that either.
Well, you know what? You got them to move to New York.
Right.
You've got all these changes. Can I put that on you? If there's one thing, I love the job. I don't mind the hours.
Everybody
I love
high
the
fives and this and that.
I hate
Oh, my goodness. You have to high five?
I don't.
He doesn't. He does a little fist bump.
Right.
Yeah, and I run, but these hands, it's just a sea of, it's like the worst fucking nightmare, the opening of America's Got Talent.
It's the only show out of all of them, like X Factor, American Idol, blah, 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 where the judges run through the audience.
Maybe they'll make a change. They've made a change. They've changed coasts, so maybe they'll make a change. I don't want to touch I love the audience.
Right.
I just don't want to touch you.
You love them to a degree.
Yes. I don't want to touch their hands.
Why don't we wear hazmat suits as we walk in? Literally, like a spacesuit, like we're landing on the moon, and then when
I
we
came
go,
in last year. I came in a bubble.
I remember.
Yes.
I felt for you because I know it's uncomfortable.
It is
for
uncomfortable.
You. Yeah.
I hate that. I really am. I'm not going to lie.
See, I'm not as bad as you. I would be able to walk through the audience, shake everyone's hand, and then when I get to my table, discreetly put some of that Purell on my hands.
Yeah, but I can't use the Purell anymore.
Why?
But,
because you've
I
hurt
told
your
you.
hands.
No, I told you. I've told this story before. I
You get
overused
rashes,
it,
and you get rashes.
and I got warts because I had viruses because I killed all the antibodies in my hands.
Oh, so you can't use Purell anymore?
No, I don't know I had my friend who's a surgeon give me that. I was using Purell. I was using whatever they betadine, whatever they use for surgery.
Oh, betadine.
No, betadine is. I don't know what I was using, but whatever they
Do
scrub
you
up
sometimes
with.
forget and shake someone's hand like I do, and then all of a sudden I go, oh, now I got to...
I never forget.
You never forget.
No.
When somebody puts puts out the hand, what do? You offer them the fist bump?
The fist or nothing, or I turn and walk away.
You turn. It's so terrible. I mean, you are a social guy, and look what you're going through.
I'm not as social as you think.
Oh, really?
I'm not. I'm not really that social. I love people. I'm a mess.
You just coughed into your hand, so I was very aware of that. Yeah, don't come near me.
But I won't shake my hand now.
What's going on with Deal or No Deal? Is that gone?
Yeah, there's a slight talk of doing more, but I don't know.
What does that mean, slight talk of doing more? I thought the show was
well,
a
it'd
huge
become
hit.
a daytime show.
Right.
Yeah. I did. Well, we did 500 episodes.
Yeah.
You know, that's a lot. I was dealed out for a while.
Do you think that's what happened? The show just burnt out? They put it on too much?
Yeah, I think so. We're on a hiatus, and you know, there's always a possibility that there could be more. Look, Fear Factor is back.
Do you miss it?
Yeah, it was.
That was a good
job.
gig too.
It was a really good gig.
You've gotten some great gigs.
All my single friends miss the fact that I was on Deal or No Deal. My son misses.
Yeah, right.
Deal or No
All
Deal.
those hot chicks.
You know, I had my son working. I don't know if I told you this. One summer, I got him a job as an intern on the show.
Yeah.
And they came to me very uncomfortably, and they said, Howie, can you talk to your son? I go, why? They go, he has set up his office under the steps. He was under, you know, the girls came down to the
Oh, my God. So he's looking up their skirts.
He was looking up their skirts. And I
like
said
his
to
old
him,
man.
Alex, yeah.
Yeah, right.
But, and I had to talk to him. And then he goes, I was there first. And then they came down. I go, you were there. You weren't there first. They were there first.
Do you realize I think I'm the first American judge?
Yes.
On America's Got
Well, I'm
Talent.
American.
You are now?
Yeah.
Weren't you? You were born Canadian,
I
right?
have a dual citizenship.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
Oh, so you are American. All
Well,
right.
I became.
All right, good. All right. Because I
But
like
you were the first born and raised
In America.
Right.
Yes.
I have a huge burden on my shoulders.
Yes.
Yeah. Well,
You're
I'm
carrying-
excited. I can't wait to work with you.
I can't tell you how
Can't be more
excited,
thrilled.
how great I think it is for the show, and I think that your presence is going to take the show to another level. I really
hope
believe
so.
that.
I think it'll be fun.
I believe it, and I love all the controversy, and I love that wherever I go, people, you know, that's the burning question.
Well, I was bringing this up before because I did a Super Bowl commercial for America's Got Talent.
Did you really?
Yes.
Oh, that's great.
I shot one.
Okay.
And I assume it's going to air this Super Bowl.
Right.
We'll see.
What?
Seemed funny to me. But, you know, I'll believe it when I see
It could be rejected?
it. Who knows? But they said to me, I said, I'd like to do some promotion with the other judges. And so there was a discussion on how much promotion I would do.
Right.
And when I would appear with the other judges. So at some point, I guess we'll be appearing somewhere together.
That would be great.
Right. And you and I have a problem because we're going to have to be quiet while the other one performs, even in an interview, right? That's a difficult thing to do, isn't it? Do you find that difficult?
I've gotten more comfortable in you know,
We're an
you're coming up
ensemble.
right, and you see, you're coming from the autonomy of doing this show, and this
Right.
is what you've done all your life. And I came from stand-up comedy and whatever, so it was
Is it
really
an
hard for me.
adjustment?
It was a huge adjustment.
Because even when you did Deal or No Deal, you were the host. This is like I've got to sit quiet while you're doing your thing, and I got to let you do your thing.
Yeah. So the thing
I don't know that I can do that.
but that's what I'm telling you as somebody who went through the adjustment.
Right.
Don't worry.
We'll get through it together.
Don't think about it. Just do whatever. You know what? If the fact that you want to interrupt me in the middle of me talking hits you, interrupt me.
All right.
Don't think about, you know what? I'm going to interrupt him or I'm going to sit
doing
quiet.
it.
Whatever happens, happens.
Now, you never finish that. Who's going to be... What are you going to be called on this show?
Well, I'm Howard.
You're Howard.
Or Your
I'm Howie.
Majesty.
Your Majesty.
The king of all media.
I'm Howie.
Okay.
He's Howie. Thank God he's a Howie.
Yeah.
No one called... In summer camp, I used to be a Howie.
Right.
And when I got on the radio, I said, fuck being a Howie. I'm a grown man. I'm
But
Howard.
we've talked about it. Howard, for me, is it makes me cringe because Howard was always
Thank
in
God.
trouble.
Yeah, so I'll be Howard. You'll be Howie.
Howard?
Yes.
Nobody was happy when they called me Howard.
Yes, that's true. So, you'll be Howie. I'm Howard. We got Sharon.
And we got Sharon.
And we got Nick. And that's it. And let's
then-
go do this thing
This is
already.
going to be great.
Enough fucking talk about it.
And
Let's
what are you
go do
doing
it.
tonight?
Tonight I am watching myself on Letterman, of course.
That's after. I'm going to watch you. on
Watch
Letterman.
Howie Mandel host Mobbed, premiering in what is probably the best time slot, right after American Idol.
And it's something to see. You see a guy think he's going to die, and there's nothing funnier than that.
Nothing funnier than guys dying.
And I tweet live. You think that's not a good thing to tweet
You
live?
will
Jerry?
tweet during the show.
Yeah.
I think that's a great thing.
Will
What-
you I'll Twitter you.
I'm not going to read that.
No, I want you to say you're watching it. I want to just see that you're really watching
What is
it.
with you and Twitter? You're obsessed.
I am
Forget
obsessed.
it. Forget that.
You're not. You're on it. it?
I'm on it, but I'm on it once or twice.
Yeah, every 2 weeks we get a
naked picture of
your
my wife. That's it. I don't know what else to tweet. What would I tweet? Anything I got to say, I say here. I have this. So why would I? What am I tweeting?
So you're pointing out I have nothing. All I have is Twitter.
It's too important. How many followers do you have?
I have over 16. No, I have 300,000. Not this.
300,000. Yeah,
not a lot.
Do you see it as a sign of success if you have a ton of Twitter followers?
No, but I see it as a sign of that's my social. I'd like to do that rather than in a crowd. I don't have to touch people, but I could talk to you.
It's your way
I can
of
communicate,
and you can sell tickets to your shows and things like that.
Well, I'm not selling tickets. Well, I want to get viewers.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, listen. You're a judge. I'm a judge. God bless you.
I'll see you.
I'm going to see you in 2 weeks. A week.
Is it a week?
It's a week or two. Yeah.
It's this month.
Sometime this month, I'm going to see you.
You excited?
I'm excited about doing it. No, I think I'm fine with it.
I think you are fine.
I
listen to you every day. Don't worry.
I worry about just keeping my health together. In other words, I don't want to be sick when I go there. I don't want to. I want to have my energy together because this job that I do, waking up
two neurotic
early,
guys are telling each other not to worry.
You
don't worry. I'm the guy who won't touch anybody.
How
don't
dare
worry.
you tell me not to worry?
Don't worry.
Look who I'm getting
he's
advice
worried that he's going to get sick.
Now you know why I don't take Howie's calls. I'll listen to him. I'll get nuts.
I live in a glass house.
That's right. Yes. And you know what people in glass houses should do?
Throw stones?
That's right.
Right.
What do you do today? I saw you're hosting Regis
I'm with
and
Kelly. I'm going over there now.
Are you the co-host?
Yes.
You'll be the co-host with Kelly Ripa.
Yes. And J-Lo.
Is it true? And J-Lo is the guest?
Yes.
Oh, that should be hot.
That will be very hot.
And so
I heard she lost 60 pounds.
Who?
Oh, J-Lo?
Yes.
Is that right?
Yeah.
How's that?
Mark Anthony moved out.
Oh, you're terrible.
You going to ask her about this young boyfriend that she's got?
Oh, I should, shouldn't I?
Oh, fuck yeah. I mean, can't this girl be alone for 10 minutes? I mean, literally, she just broke. This is like her third marriage ended.
Wait.
What?
When your marriage ended, how long were you alone?
Oh, a minute, but I'm a guy. Women are supposed to think about things.
Really?
Of course. Well, first of all, this is her third marriage that ended.
Right.
She just had kids with this dude.
Right.
He's out. Now she's got a brand new boyfriend. Slow down a little bit. At least date a little bit.
Why are you so concerned about? She's
I'm a
happy.
judge. I'm judging her.
You're judging.
I judge everything. I'm perfect for that gig.
She's happy. God bless her.
God bless her.
Yeah.
Slow down and smell the roses, honey.
I wonder if he'll come over to the show with her. Oh, he probably has homework.
Yeah, exactly. Will you ask her stuff like, like how long did it take the new guy to get into your pants and stuff, or is that too controversial for the Regis and Kelly show?
I don't know. I will, whatever. I'm not thinking about it. Whatever happens, happens.
You didn't prepare for this show at all?
I don't prepare.
You don't prepare ever?
No.
God bless you.
I don't prepare. I never did homework. I didn't. Preparation is not my.
Like I'm going to Letterman tonight. I already know exactly how it's going to look.
When I do talk shows, I prepare.
You do prepare. That's what I would assume.
Yeah, yes.
Right.
Yes. But as the host, I don't prepare.
It's a good philosophy. It seems to be working.
Yeah, as a guest, he prepares.
I do as a guest because I want to be charming and I want to be witty and I want to be funny, though I didn't prepare for this.
They say that the ratings for Kelly Ripa are higher now that Regis is gone.
Yeah.
Is that true?
I think it is. And I think that it's because of that, when Kathy Lee left, when they were rotating all the possible co-hosts, and Kelly was going, the ratings were also higher because people want to see. It's like this spinning wheel.
Right.
Oh, is this going to be the host? Is this going to be the host?
Have they asked you to be a permanent host?
No.
You're good at it.
I am. I'm very good.
I mean, I've seen people on there with her that are not too good. They think they're funny and they're not. But you do a good job. And they said in the paper that they're closer to finding a permanent replacement for Regis. So I was wondering if they had said anything to you.
Well, I would imagine as each day goes by, they're closer. Because one day they're going to choose. So tomorrow they're going to be closer than they are today.
But it could be that they're so into this groove of rotating hosts that they are never going to get a co-host.
I think they should keep doing that. Don't you think that would be a good show, that they can continue to do that?
Do you like doing that show, the morning show, and being the co-host?
Yes. I think that Kelly is brilliantly funny.
Do you find yourself biting your tongue, though, because it's so... Yes. In other words, the things you really want to talk about, you can't.
No.
Right.
I can't. You know that.
That's the secret to success, biting your tongue on some of these shows.
I wonder if you're going to bite your tongue at all on America's Got Talent.
Well, of course. I mean, listen, first of all, I have to bite my tongue or else I'll end up taking over the show and turning it into the Howard Stern show. Like you said, you resist turning it into the Howie Mandel show. I've got to be able to do that. And secondly, I got to be able to realize that it's a network show that's kid friendly, and it's about me being a judge.
But that's what I say. You know, I don't know. You may have seen some of the interviews that I've done about you.
Yes,
joining
you've
the
been
show.
great.
You have been nothing but a very responsible broadcaster. I mean,
Right.
the language and whatever happens on Sirius is different than what happened on terrestrial radio, right?
Listen, I'm going on Letterman
And you went on
tonight.
I've seen you on Letterman
Leno,
dozens of times. And Leno, you've never crossed the line
I don't
beyond
think
what
so.
standards and practices.
Yeah, and if I have, whoops. All right, listen. Watch Howie. I've been such a responsible broadcaster. Thank you, Howie.
I think you have.
Go watch some of my old shows. Watch Howie Mandel host Mobbed, premiering tonight.
Yeah.
Tonight is the big night,
It's
9
the big
o'clock
night.
on Fox after American Idol.
Yeah, and next Wednesday, too.
And Howie's a great guy, always been a friend of the show.
Our coworkers.
Now we're coworkers.
Isn't that amazing?
Colleagues.
Robin, tell Howie what a delight I am to work with. He's in for a real treat.
You're in for the time of your life.
Tell him how much fun I am. Tell him how fun
his partner
I am.
in crime, who is hermetically sealed in another room.
Well, what's funny is that, you talk about trying to reach me on the phone. Robin and I spend very little time communicating outside of the show.
Right, because you spend 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah, we see each other all day, and she's got a life and I got
But a
a
call
life.
back would have been nice.
Yes, Robin. Do we ever call each other back? Never.
No.
No, never.
You leave a message and you let it go.
And you let it go. Listen, Howard, stop calling me and harassing me.
I'm here with Mike Marks. He runs my company, and he's
Keep him
a
away
fan.
from me.
Wait. He's a huge fan, and he wanted to know if he can get a picture of you. Now, this is, but not, he doesn't take. He doesn't have a camera. He does sketch artist. He's a sketch
He
artist.
wants to sketch us?
He wants
Perfect.
to. Can he come in for like 10 minutes and just sketch you?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
That's what he
I don't
does.
mind. Go ahead.
That's what he does.
See, you don't get under my skin like with Piers. You amuse me.
So Mike Marks can come in and just draw you?
Sure, absolutely. For a
Okay.
good hour. All right, Howie.
Yes.
Calm down.
All right.
Everything will be fine. And stop worrying. That's my advice to you. Okay. Howie Mandel.
You're going to teach him what worry is, I think.
Oh, he
hasn't
doesn't even
seen
know.
Worry.
Oh, you're going to learn new neuroses
Wait
from
till
me.
you're around me. You know, it's not good
I'll
for two
out-neurotic
OCT
you.
people to be together.
Really?
You will be out neurotic by me.
No.
You've never met anyone like me.
I can't wait. This is going to be the season of all seasons. This
I
is the
think we're in.
television explosion of the century, of the decade.
Can't wait.
I can't wait.
Can't wait.
Howie, in classic Howard fashion, he's overanalyzing something before it even starts.
Right.
Your best advice to him is to just...
any job I've ever had, and anything that I've ever done in show business, and I've been in show business for 35 years, it's the only job that there's no skill involved, there's no planning involved. You can be an idiot. Just be honest. And that's all. That's the only advice I have. Just do it. I think that's Nike's advice. but don't think about it.
And in turn, the great off-the-cuff impromptu moments will happen.
He's a witty, smart, intelligent man who has an opinion, and if he's just brutally honest and doesn't think about it, he'll enjoy it, and we'll have the best results we can ever imagine.
Basically, he should follow the same template that he does for his own radio show. I mean,
I believe on his radio show he does a lot of preparation and knows where he's going.
Right,
you
but
know?
from the honesty and
Yes.
that standpoint.
Yes.
All right, Howie, good luck.
See you later. All right, Lisa.
Talk to him.
See you in a minute.
Yeah, see you, Ronnie.
Wonder if Howie's going to have a cold now.
Oh, stop it.
was a lot of confrontation yesterday on the wrap-up show. I don't know how many people heard it, but I did, and man, oh man, a lot of fireworks.
What's going on? Why is everybody fighting around here?
It's mostly about Benji. I received in the email a lot of letters about people who just don't want to hear about Benji at all. Like on the wrap-up show, on this show, one guy said he's going to cancel his subscription if there's any more Benji talk.
Oh, dear.
And I thought actually I had limited the Benji talk, but the wrap-up show picks up where we leave off.
Right. What we don't pick up on, they discuss.
Yeah. And a lot was made that Lisa G is consumed with Benji and the girlfriend, and that the girlfriend is using Benji. But I think, she's just weighing in with her opinion, much like everyone else.
You don't think she's obsessed with Benji and I'm jealous?
But someone told me that literally in the newsroom, she talks about it 24 hours a day. That I didn't know.
Oh.
That I didn't know. That she is obsessed with Benji and Elisa, his girlfriend, and that she talks about Benji and Elisa constantly to the point that some people put on their headphones so they don't have to hear Lisa talking about it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So she'll talk to herself about it if nobody's listening.
Yeah. They say she's obsessed, but, from what I heard, she's just someone like me who weighs in about the people who work here. Benji's in a relationship where I thought Lisa actually made a lot of sense on the wrap-up show, and I thought she gave Benji some good advice. I'll play you a clip, and you tell me if you think she's dead on. I do. And she basically says, well, here, I'll play it for you.
I'm not mad at you. Like I said, it feels tacky to me, and that's upsetting to me because I like you and I know who you are, and we had a private talk about it.
Yeah,
and
you said you said very, very mean stuff publicly about my girlfriend. And I thought you were being very, very.
What did she say that was mean?
I'm not going to repeat it.
Well, I think the comment was in one of my pieces.
John will repeat it.
Lisa called Lisa's career a non-career.
No, I said...
referring to her musical ability.
No, I said Benji's trying to be a hero to a non-career. That's what I said.
Lisa's memorized the line.
So that was a strike.
And I apologized.
No, you never did. Actually, you said, I'm sorry. You kept saying, I'm sorry if that hurt your feelings.
Didn't you
never
also
said apologize for saying it? I think, you said it. I don't know what your rage is about it, what your upsetness is about it.
It's not a rage.
You haven't heard what everyone has been saying here. That
so why do you? Why are you?
Look,
why are you
if
giving,
she's that talented, she'll be fine on her own. She's getting noticed. You can take a breath about it, Benji.
Okay, what if
I feel like you're in this trance about. Oh my God, I have to get her a career, a recording contract. It will happen.
Enjoy being part of this.
She's being meant. Yeah, but it just feels like too much.
Well, it doesn't feel organic, that's for sure. It does not feel to anything. It feels very manufactured.
It was almost like an intervention yesterday on the air because what Lisa says is true. I mean, Benji is obsessed with getting his girlfriend noticed to the point that I think Benji thinks this is his cachet with her.
Yes.
That as long as he keeps her career going, she'll remain interested in him. And if Benji was honest, and I could actually talk to him about it, which I won't even attempt, I believe that he would relax a lot more if he stopped all this and finds out whether she loves him for him.
Dude, you are being so.
I think Lisa made a good point. Honestly, pal.
What's the point?
The point is.
Let me ask you a
what
favor.
you just asked me.
No, let me ask you a favor because what you guys do, you put things so generally where you can't.
I'll be specific.
Be as specific as possible.
It seems to me you're devoting a tremendous amount of your personal energy to promoting Elisa's career. And even on the air, where you were one of those guys I sort of admired, you never really plugged everything to death. And, you've had your little plugs and things with that party planning thing or whatever it is. I don't know, stripper parties or I don't know what you had, but everybody plugs. It seems like you've amped up a lot. And it seems like a lot of pressure on you to keep her in the limelight and to keep her career somewhat going. That's your cachet with her. She, I could even hear, the brother on the news saying you're a great guy. Now you have her brother on the radio and you have her parents on the radio. And the news department covered it. But I feel like that's your being a hero. That's what's important to her. And you're coming through in spades. And it's keeping her interested in you.
Okay, so
I think you're feeling a lot of pressure.
I don't.
You don't? Okay.
Her brother.
Well, I thought Lisa made a good point.
Her brother and her family came to our show on Monday night, and the news interviewed them.
Yes, and I think that's the type of energy you want to keep coming her way. It's very important.
Okay, but there's two different issues. You're saying, one, I'm trying to do this energy, and two, I'm doing it because I'm scared I would lose her if I didn't.
I think you think that's your, this is a girl who wasn't that attracted to you or into you And ever since, you've been running around on TV trying to get her name mentioned. I mean, you were the guy who got beaten up by a CNN guy just trying to yell out her name. You know, you work for the Howard Stern Show. Probably you could have yelled out something related to the Howard Stern Show. Instead, you're screaming out on CNN and risking your life to yell out Elisa Jordana.
I've gotten beaten up for you.
No, I know that.
For you again.
But I'm just saying, it's a lot of pressure to come through and be Superman for her. And I think you ought to chill and find out if she really could handle not getting that. Okay, that's all I'm saying. It seems to me she probably does love you and probably will be able to handle it, but I think you're afraid to let go of this.
That's not. But that's not true.
Okay.
And you're just
All right.
it's just an assumption you're making.
I'm making an assumption. You're right.
And the things
And I thought Lisa was right on the money, and I thought she was coming from an honest place. Whether or not she's obsessed with you, I don't know what goes on back in the newsroom. She might very well be, but...
Well, what I was saying to her was, let's say all this is true. I don't know why she's treating my girlfriend like crap.
Right. No, that doesn't make sense. And Gary, I thought, was right on target with you. You know, Howie's coming in here today, who's going to be on America's Got Talent with me, and I'm going to even say to him, I've noticed in season 2 that Howie spent a lot of time promoting his personal Twitter account. And then I watched him on Piers Morgan a little bit yesterday, and he said beautiful things about me, and I love Howie, and I'm anxious to work with him. But he really is hell-bent on constantly announcing his Twitter account. And I'm going to suggest to him that this year on America's Got Talent, he doesn't do that. It becomes annoying to the audience.
I don't have carte blanche.
And it looks desperate.
I don't have carte blanche on this show at all. I don't have a zero.
Any blanche
at all.
Right. Whenever you get a chance,
anything
it seems
I bring
like it's
up, it's something you're asking me about.
But it's uppermost on your mind, as Gary pointed out, to get the
now
plugs
you're reading my mind.
Well, here, I'll play you what Gary said. And I thought Gary was pretty much on the money here.
I feel like you're becoming like Jackie, like you're crowbarring in plugs, and I feel like it's become about plugging everything that you do. You don't reel it in at all, and it's getting tedious. And I almost feel like Howard's the sleeping tiger, and you're poking him. One day he's going to get up and it's just going to go, enough of this shit already. And I'm not sure what the end game is. Like if it was for something, like, is this song really super important to you? Like super important on a level that you're going to go all in with your plugs, because you can't plug like this forever.
I don't think. I mean, I don't know how to fight that. You feel that
way. It's not a fight.
No, I mean, I don't know how to argue that. What's the question? Is this song the most important thing in my life?
In other words, I feel like I feel like you're taking whatever you put in the bank as far as goodwill on how much you could plug something, and you're putting it all in on this particular project.
I think a lot of things that you guys think I do to seek attention on the show, I'm not. I'm just being myself.
But my question is, are you answer what I just said? Everybody, we all know that we have.
You're saying your question is, do you still beat your wife? Kind of question.
Then that wasn't what I said.
No, it's that kind of question that it presumes.
It's not.
It presumes some guilt.
No, it doesn't. I'm saying that you're taking all the goodwill you built up and you plug day and night. That's not bullshit. That's a fact.
No, but I don't think I do, Gary. I plug day and I do plugs on the show that we're given the opportunity to do.
You bring it up whenever you can, and you do whatever you can. Wait a second, and you do whatever you can to draw attention to having people talk. It's not an interpretation. It's a fact.
Are you talking about the writing on the hands, Gary?
At least, and you were very not truthful today. You did say to me off the air yesterday, I thought about taking off, and I thought, why should I do that?
I thought about that. The fact, like, I did it for a purpose of that. Hey, this is something like when I want to look at it, I can look at it and it'll help me learn the lyrics. And then right before I got in work yesterday, I was like, fuck, you know what? They're gonna give me shit. They're gonna say, because they always think I'm doing shit for attention.
Right.
And I'm like, because they think that, maybe I should wash it, even though that wasn't the reason I put it on there. But I said, fuck that. It's something I would do for a purpose, not for the attention. I'm not going to just change things so they don't think I'm seeking attention. That's what I said. And I think that you took part of that, but you didn't take the full thing.
Well, I think you said, I thought of their feelings, and I thought of my feelings, and my feelings were way more important than what their feelings are. That's what I'm hearing.
No.
But that's what you're saying.
I'm saying that you would have listened to me clearly.
I heard you. Okay. I heard everything you said.
You thought I did it for a certain purpose. I said, that's not the purpose I did it. But it hit me before I got here that you would think that. But I said, you know what? What I'm doing is not a bad thing, and I did it for another purpose. I'm not going to change
I'll
it
give
just
you,
because.
I'll give you that you did it for whatever purpose you want. Say you didn't do it for the purpose of getting on the air. I'll give you that. But you realized that it was going to be a distraction, and you said distraction.
How is it a distraction?
Well, Benji, don't be fucking stupid. Don't that bullshit about. Of course it's a distraction. Everybody fucking noticed it and handed Howard a note. It's weird. You're fucking writing on your hands. It's odd, and everybody noticed it. Don't act like it's not weird or a distraction.
I don't think it's that weird or that much of a distraction.
It is a distraction because you hand me notes and things. I'm looking at your hands on that little machine there. You definitely,
and in all the years he's been here, he's never written anything on his hand.
No, but for Elisa Jordana, he's putting stuff on his hands.
You saw notes on my hand through this machine.
Yeah, I did. When you put all of a sudden I went, oh, wow, what's that? I thought it was weird, and then I went, oh, it's Benji's hand.
You really noticed it that way?
Yeah, I did. I noticed it. I'd forgotten. Someone had said to me, Benji is writing on his hand. I said, I'm just not going to deal with it. And then about about 2 hours into the show, or whenever I brought it up, 3 hours into the show, all of a sudden I saw, oh, there's something all over his hand, and then I couldn't ignore it anymore.
Okay, well, I'm sorry. I didn't know you could see it through the machine.
Yeah, but you know people can see it. You do know. In other words, a lot of your energy, where it was devoted more toward the show and coming up with funny angles, is more devoted now toward getting your girlfriend's career on target.
Writing on my
Gary's
hand.
making a good point. It's something to think about.
Okay.
He don't fight it. Gary's a pretty astute guy. He's not doing it to pick on you. I really don't think Gary has a bad bone in his body. Out of all the vipers in this room, and believe me, there are many, I think Gary's the least.
Can I just say something?
Viperish.
My frustration with Benji is not over what he's doing so much, although there's a lot of it is that. But whenever you say to Benji, why are you doing this? He goes, I'm not doing that. You're crazy.
No,
and he doesn't acknowledge it. But you do know, would you acknowledge to me that you are very consumed with getting her career mentioned or on track or getting some sort of traction for her? Do you feel that at all?
To an extent, yeah,
okay.
but not like I don't feel it's out of some desperation to get her to love me. She loves me.
I think it's your cachet. It's what you bring to the table.
No, I think it's.
She's not attracted to you physically.
She absolutely is.
She has said on my air that she was not.
Originally, when she met me, she wasn't, and I had lost.
And I think when a woman that you're attracted to says that, you say, well, what is my cachet? What can I do to convince her? Now, I remember, once you did that, once it clicked for you that maybe you could get her, you started going on CNN mentioning her name. You started to go to press conferences and screaming out the name of her songs.
That was isn't
it interesting? That's the shift.
No, it was
went from show
it was
focus
a funny thing to do on the press conference.
There was nothing funny on this show that you could have done the Howard Stern show related, but more.
It was a Howard Stern thing.
It isn't a Howard Stern.
When I went to the press
thing.
conference,
it's more about Elisa's thing than the Howard Stern show.
When I went to that press conference, the Herman Cain press conference,
right?
I actually walked there with Lisa G.
Okay.
And I knew I didn't want to focus on the actual. It was his charges of sexual harassment.
Okay.
I wanted to do something kind of absurd.
And out of all the topics was your girlfriend's song.
I thought of it on the way over.
Right.
It was about we had about 15 minutes.
So what was upmost on your mind?
I was thinking, should I just start doing questions about the weather? And
you're like Hinckley, who has to impress Jodie Foster. Trust me, it comes off a little bit like that.
That wasn't the initial intent of that. Then I thought, oh, this will be funny if I just start
And lately, everything has been your girlfriend-centric. In other words, every bit has been sort of something to do with Elisa or your appearances with her. That's what Gary's talking about. And that's what Lisa G's saying. She's saying, chill out, take a pill, and be in the relationship. And you don't have to provide that all the time. And you know what? It'll take the pressure off of you.
But let's say, first of all, I disagree.
You'll enjoy your relationship more.
I disagree with the assumption that I feel I have to provide that. But let's say I did.
There's no doubt in my mind you do.
Okay, so let's say that's correct.
All right.
Why
else would every bit for the last couple of months have been about Elisa?
Why should Lisa in the newsroom,
Lisa G,
be mean to me, and especially mean to my girlfriend about that?
I can ask her that. That's a separate issue. I'm talking about you now. What's your motivation in this? And I'm telling you, you're insecure, and you don't think you can hold on to that girl.
That's not true.
Yeah, because out of all the topics in the universe, you picked to go to the Herman Cain press conference and talk about your girlfriend.
But that was.
And now, speaking of your girlfriend, here's Lisa G.
Your real
Lisa, your real girlfriend, the
The
girl
one
you
who
should
really
be with,
loves
the
you,
woman
yes.
who really loves you and who you should be with.
Thank you for hearing me.
Right.
I appreciate
Yes.
it.
No, I mean, to be no different. I mean, every guy is commenting on Benji. I don't know why as soon as you do, they say you're in love with him. But
Right,
I do
thank
hear back in the newsroom that you constantly, to the point that certain reporters have to put their headphones on.
Yeah, I've been a little consumed.
You've
That's
been
why I didn't
consuming.
cover it.
Right. They had to take you off the Benji story because you're consumed with it.
Right, like the firefighters who had to cover the 9/11 widows, and they ended up falling in love with them. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. You might be falling in love with Benji from covering him. You know, they had a police and G off the story.
Oh, my goodness.
They felt that she was getting too emotionally involved.
Happens.
Wow. Benji, that's power. See?
So you heard what I was saying.
Yes. You did make a good point.
Thank you. It's starting to feel tacky to me. And nothing against his girlfriend personally, because I don't know her.
Right.
So I feel that no other spouse or girlfriend here is doing what's happening. And it feels tacky to me and disrespectful to you. And the fact that she doesn't get it. Who's telling her, oh, keep doing it, keep doing it?
I see. So that's why you're critical of Benji's girlfriend as well.
Yes.
That she should say to Benji, listen.
Is this okay?
It's a
How
little
does
embarrassing. Maybe you shouldn't be putting your job in jeopardy.
Yeah,
so
or
to speak.
is this all right with Howard?
Such as what,
Right.
Lisa?
Right.
Everything.
Well,
T-shirts,
give me a specific.
videos.
Give me a specific thing.
Everything, the way it's feeling to me.
No, everything's not specific. So say
Well,
something.
she just said T-shirts and videos.
Okay, what?
She just said it. What are you not hearing? How many examples is she going to come up with?
So what's the video you're talking about?
Just everything I've seen, or every mention.
Name a video you've seen.
Oh, God.
Benji, I'm not going to argue
but
with
Howard,
you.
How that's some bullshit. She's saying she doesn't like a video. What video is she talking about?
I guess she's referring to YouTube and the song, and then you constantly mentioning where people can hear the song or buy the song.
Where did Howard,
I think she's calling that a video.
They post videos on YouTube of them talking about a variety of things. I've seen 2 or 3 of them.
What's wrong? Wait, Lisa, have you done videos on YouTube of you and your cat?
I would imagine that Lisa would think, as a writer on the show, you might be more involved in the Howard Stern world than the Elisa world with your videos and your content.
So wait, she's upset about putting up videos on YouTube.
Yes.
Is that correct, Lisa?
That's part of it. It's everything. Or she'll say to me, did you see the Benji Couture? It's a picture of her. Not, I can't even see you on the T-shirt. So it just...
Well, there is a specific... Wait a second,
No,
Benji.
let me go back to the first specific.
She gave you a great specific.
Let
You
me go
asked for
back
it.
to the first specific.
No, Benji, no.
Why can I address the first one?
Benji Couture is a picture of your girlfriend.
Well, he's on it, but it's where's Benji? He's not even looking at the camera.
So you don't like the way I'm not
and
looking
she's
at
saying why she's critical of your girlfriend. I'm just interpreting. She's saying maybe the girlfriend would have said to you, Benji, we just started going out. You're already putting a T-shirt out with me, and you're calling it Benji Couture, and you're mentioning it to Howard's fans, and you're marketing it to Howard's fans. Right. It's a little bit embarrassing. She's saying, where is she in this, too? Like, she should say, gee, I don't feel comfortable.
Who, Lisa?
No, Elisa. That's what Lisa just said about the Benji Couture.
Okay, so you don't like that I put shirts out?
She didn't say she didn't like it. She's just saying it's odd.
Okay, but does odd give you the right to be mean to somebody?
I had an opinion. I had an opinion.
Right.
I can understand.
No, I know you've hired a personal publicist. I know you just did that. And I know that you have and I don't have a problem with that. I think you should build your career. But the sad part in this
I just hired
a
personal publicist?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you?
I don't know. For sure, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you hired a personal publicist.
From what are you basing this on?
That John Lieberman told us you hired a personal publicist. He said he spoke to him. Sounds just like High Pitch Mike.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So, anyway, I'm not against that.
Right.
I'd like to see your career blossom. I've personally taken an interest in every guy who works here and seeing that their career blossoms.
I know that. I'm
a very big proponent of that.
I know.
I applaud John Hines' efforts. I applaud Ronnie's. Anyone I could see. Sal, Richard, you. I'm not against that. No one's jealous.
Right.
When it comes to your relationship with your girlfriend, I question whether or not you're feeling a lot of pressure to come through for her. It seems like there's a lot of Benji, Elisa bits going down, and a lot of thought going into the Benji Elisa promotion on your part.
Okay.
And I think that a lot of times it gets confused because when you could pick an opportunity like in CNN or one of these Herman Cain press conferences, it might even be one time funny to mention your girlfriend's name, but to constantly have it on your brain seems to indicate to me, psychologically, that you have a lot of internal pressure to be Superman to her.
Okay.
And I know that pressure. I'm not saying I'm foreign to it, but it's a sad kind of statement. It's a sad situation for you, to me. I think to Lisa and to some other people around here.
I don't feel that pressure, but I can't convince you that I don't.
Well, it's odd that out of all the millions of topics, that's the topic that keeps coming up. You came up with a T-shirt, and it's basically a picture of your girlfriend T-shirt with you kind of there, and it's called Benji Couture, and you kind of just met her, and it's a money-making enterprise.
Okay.
And, it's, I take advice from a guy who's had a pretty successful career. That's me. I'm not in the T-shirt business.
Right.
I don't sell T-shirts, and there's a reason I don't. But I certainly I'm not going to market a T-shirt about Beth and myself and sell it to my audience. Now, I know you're in a different situation, and you're hungry to get something going. But pick and choose. Even when you go out and record a bit that's going to be on the air, pick and choose what your comedy's about. Shouldn't always be about Elisa.
Sure.
All right. It's so on your brain that it could indicate that you're falling into the abyss of like, wow, I go home today and Elisa's going to want to be in love with me because she got mentioned today on CNN, or there's a lot of pressure there. It seems to me.
Right.
All right. That's it.
And even if I say this stuff, what you're assuming is incorrect. I don't feel this pressure. But even if you were correct,
I don't think you're aware of the pressure.
Okay, that's absolutely possible.
Right.
I don't think I think you're ethically, Lisa, being wrong to be mean to me about it.
Why are you throwing it back on me? It's like you didn't even hear what Howard said.
And I don't think she's being mean.
Well, I don't. All right. Well, one, you don't.
She's critical of you and your girlfriend because she feels your girlfriend should say, hey, maybe do a reality check too and say, hey, Benji, some of this doesn't feel comfortable to me. But that's irrelevant. I'm talking about you. I'm not talking about your girlfriend. I don't know your girlfriend. And I think she's lovely, and and as Lisa made a good point. If she's going to have a big career, it can't all hinge on you feeling this like you can't be Colonel Tom in this situation.
Okay, but I don't. I felt there was several direct things with Lisa being mean to me about it. There's been some where you're kind of. It's a different role between you and I.
Right. And are you being mean, Lisa?
I had an opinion and I stated it, and then I apologized privately to Benji, saying I'm sorry if that hurt you. That's
Gary, is Lisa being overboard and mean?
I don't know. I mean, I heard the comment that she made. I think that she speaks for a lot of people who may not want to verbalize that, but I don't know whether it's mean. It's an opinion. It's not like I hate that fucking bitch. It's just like I think Benji's spending a lot of time.
Gary, let's clear this up too. Do you have emotional feelings for Benji?
No, I think he's terrific. I think he's very talented.
Do you have romantic interest in Benji?
But I agree with you. I think he is an amazing comedy writer. He's 10 steps ahead of everyone. And so when he's trying to sing with Elisa, I think, why doesn't she, as his girlfriend, say, wow, you are so talented. Write a sitcom. You've got a lot of free time. Write some jokes. Exactly
well, that's
what
not
you
her
were
role.
saying.
That, you see, that's where you're overstepping.
All right, but
because that's not who she is. Or maybe she is that person. You don't know what she's doing.
But like I said to Benji, that's my issue.
Right.
That's what I said yesterday on the wrap-up
I think
show.
you were more on target when you said to Benji that she's going to make her own career, and you don't have. And you know what? Chill out and let things happen if they're going to happen. You don't have to constantly be promoting. You know. But I know you're spending a lot of time thinking about Benji. That's why they took you off the story. Because I heard that on late Friday night you were texting John Lieberman about the Benji T-shirts. I mean, it's a Friday night. You're home. Yes. You're overly involved.
Well, not anymore.
Right. They took you off it.
They took me off it, and you're discussing it now. I feel so much better.
Right.
I feel like someone heard what I was trying to say, so it makes me feel good.
You were saying that the judgment was you can't be professional about this issue.
No, that's not what I said. My boss thought it would be better if John covered the story because it was a live performance.
I'm busy doing the news.
Why? Why are you not
weighing in? I care less about Benji. I'm with the audience.
Well, listen.
Too much Benji.
You think you're disgusted. You don't want to hear about Benji and his girlfriend.
Benji is not real about anything. Benji's not in touch with anything. Why are you having a discussion?
What am I not real about, Robin?
I'm not getting into it. I'm talking to Howard.
Well, maybe Robin makes sense. Why am I involved? I did get caught up.
I don't know. You know what?
I got to think about that for a second. I'm sucked in again. Well, I got sucked in on the wrap-up show.
I started to say something in the middle of all this, and then I said maybe it's going somewhere, and then I just started doing the news.
I see.
Robin.
Well, all right.
Robin,
well, maybe you make a good point.
Robin, what you know?
Maybe all of this.
Don't call my name, Benji. I'm not.
What happened to you, like trying to be a better person and not quote emasculate people?
My own
she
business.
didn't. I called on her.
talked to Howard about this.
I called on her.
Pretend you're not here.
I'm here, and when you say something again,
pretend you're not here. Benji, why don't you pretend you're not here?
When you say
that's
something,
not emasculating. I don't think you emasculated.
What am I not real about, Robin?
Well, listen. Robin maybe just made the best point of all. Again, I got caught up
I agree.
in this.
I don't completely fit in here, but you guys make me a scapegoat, and you pigeonhole me in a certain way that...
No, I was actually interested in helping you today. I thought Lisa made some good points on the wrap-up show, so I brought it up to Robin, and then I brought it up to you. And I thought that Gary made some good points. I hadn't really been thinking that much about you, and then when I heard the wrap-up show, I became intrigued in this. So, but Robin just made me think of something even the bigger picture. Who the fuck cares about any of this? So she could be right on, and I could be completely off on this. Yeah, but meanwhile... I'm weighing in with my 2 cents. I could be completely wrong.
Here's my point. Benji doesn't take advice.
Right. Why am I wasting my breath is what you're saying. It's true. You know what? You're right. God bless you.
Okay, goodbye.
All right, goodbye,
I've
Lisa.
got things to do, big stories to cover.
All right, let's talk about Fred. Now, there's a topic everyone loves.
You go.
Good. You gave me a reality check. Okay. All right, good for you. Score 1 for Robin. It's true. Here it is, 31 minutes into the show.
And it's wasted air.
Now, Robin, the deal is you don't like me, and so you get angry.
He's trying. He's
getting to you.
Trying.
You're going to get sucked in.
I'm not going.
No, you talk to him now, and then I'll yell at you that you're wasting the audience's time.
I'm cured.
Do you like Benji? I just want to know.
I love Benji.
You do?
I love him.
All right, good. All right. Well, there's your answer. You can't talk to her, but I can. What else do you want to know from Robin?
I can't wait till how I'm treated when you really love me.
No, we all like you.
Things reached the boiling point today between you and Lisa.
Yeah.
I mean, the gloves came off, and not that it got nasty, but it got very real and very honest. And can this relationship be repaired? Or are you just so pissed off at her that it's almost like she's trying to cockblock you?
All right, guys, remember no cell phones.
Yeah, I think I have an open. I don't like some things Lisa has said and done, but doesn't mean I have a permanent dislike of her. I like her, and we'll see what happens.
She made the prediction to me earlier that you and Elisa will be broken up by May at the latest.
Well, that's cool. I mean, I think it's very easy to predict couples will break up because most couples do break up. Very few stay together. So I don't feel that we will, and I hope that we're not. But if we are, it'll be because, that's how things evolve.
Do you think she sort of threw you under the bus in Howard's eyes, and that she brought to light some things about, you and the Stern Show and publicity, and sort of painted you in a very negative light earlier?
I think she threw me under the bus.
Yeah, like she really, from my standpoint, I think she has some feelings for you, or at least a very strong liking of you, and that's why she's so put off by this relationship. But she spun it as like a Howard. It was an insult to Howard.
Oh, I see. So was she like?
Yeah, she threw your job under the bus.
Oh, yeah. Maybe. Yeah, I think she has personal feelings, and she's trying to rationalize it. I think, yeah. So I don't know if I would say throw her under the bus, but yeah, she's trying to rationalize some personal feelings and find reasons that are not legitimate to castigate me.
So you want to lose all this weight and change your look, but it's not easy being a sex symbol around here. The women, it's driving them nuts.
We're the guys. Yeah, some of the guys too. So.
Yeah, including me. All right, Mr. Bronk.
Thanks.
Lisa, today everything sort of came to a head. This has been building up for months and months and months. You mentioned at the end of the interview, now I feel better.
I do, because Howard heard what I was saying, what Gary was saying, and that makes me feel that I wasn't just talking into thin air, that it made some sense. But the issue is Benji's not hearing it, and I think it's making him angrier. So I bet you he's angrier at me now.
Is this the closest you've ever come to an interview subject in your career?
Probably, but we work so closely here, but I think it was a good thing I didn't go and see them play. I would have liked to, just to hear what the music was, but I just don't understand why he feels he has to sing with her. It just feels so phony to me.
But is he really hurting anyone at the end of the day? Is he really damaging Howard's reputation or anything?
No, he's not, but it just feels so tacky to me and disrespectful to Howard. There's a line that you shouldn't cross, and it bothers me that she hasn't said, like, ooh, maybe this is a little too much, or what does Howard think? Ooh, I'm doing T-shirts now with really it's my picture. It just doesn't feel good to me. And so I'm glad I said what I needed to say.
Do you think Benji will ever forgive you for your hardline stance on his relationship?
Yes, when she breaks up with him.
You'll be there with open arms?
No. No, I won't.
A shoulder to cry on?
No, he can't have my shoulder. He'll have my support in whatever he decides to do, but maybe he'll see it when she dumps him. And look, these words might come back and bite me if they get married, but
I was going to say, do you think she will, if you were a betting woman, would you say that Benji and Benji will be dumped by Elisa eventually?
Yes. May.
You're predicting by May?
Yes.
All right, you heard it here first.
Okay.
Thanks, Lisa.
Bye.
Bye.
This is the best of the wrap-up show. A recap and behind-the-scenes look with John High and Gary Dell'Abate. The best of the wrap-up show begins now.
Hey, it's Gary Dell'Abate. On Monday's wrap-up show, we were talking about who's the bigger superfan, Marianne from Brooklyn or Bobo. And then Bobo called in, and we talked to him about how crazy he is about the show. And then we gave him sort of a Sophie's choice. If he had to give a kidney to Howard or his wife, who would he give it to? You'll be shocked at the answer.
We should talk about this Bobo Marianne from Brooklyn. I think that's a good battle when you really think about it. Who's the more passionate fan, Gary?
Bobo's probably a tiny, they're pretty close. Bobo might be a little bit more passionate, if you will. Passionate's one word, crazy's another. But, you know, for Marianne's a woman, and they're both leaving, like so I said to myself, okay, they're both leaving their family. But when a woman leaves her family behind, like to get up, you know, to before the kids even wake up, and so somebody else has to get the kids off to school, I think she's probably making a little bit more of a sacrifice.
I kind of looked at it the same way, but in a more extreme way. And I do think, when I think of what love means, I think Marianne loves him more. But when I think of who is I think Howard could say to Bobo, I want you to give up your life, you know, move in with me and be my slave. And I think there's a good chance Bobo would do it. I don't think Marianne would do it. I don't think Marianne would give up her family.
Benji's got something there.
Yeah.
Marianne loves Howard, but she does love her family too. Bobo loves his family, but he might love Howard a little more.
Okay, so if Howard asked Marianne to live in his apartment for a month, you don't think Marianne would do it?
For a month?
I think for a month, yeah. I think she'd do it for a month.
But I think Bobo would do it for a lifetime. Yeah.
Bobo, is that true?
Hey, how you doing there, guys? Absolutely. I mean, if if you speak to John Lieberman, he was at my house for 3 hours, and he interviewed my wife briefly because she doesn't really like camera stuff. And she says, actually, Howard comes first in our lives, and we're second. But, no, I put...
Bubba, what's a discussion with your wife? Like, if you say to your wife... But see, it's weird because, like, you don't go to, like, Letterman. You don't hang outside Letterman. You don't hang around a lot. You have you're sort of into the show in a different way. You don't attend a lot of stuff, do you?
Well, you know what it is. I'm out here on the island, and it's cost of expensive too to get there. And I'm way out here. It's not like I'm in the city,
but
nearby.
Marianne's not in the city.
Well, she's in Brooklyn. It's part of the city.
Yeah, but it's not easy for her to get here, and she's got kids.
Oh no, I'm not saying it's easy.
And she's got kids she's got to get off to school or pick up from school, and she's not doing that to do this.
But I would imagine it's easier for Bobo at home because he could still have a relationship with his family, yet follow the show as crazily as he does.
Right, but like her kids are grown, and I got a 5-year-old. It's a little bit different. But we're both crazy. I think it's a photo finish. It's almost like a horse race. You know what I mean? You don't know. It's right there, neck and neck. You got to give up props too.
What's the worst argument or disagreement that you had with your wife over something having to do with the show?
I think it's the amount of time that I spend. You know what I mean? Like, I have to learn to, like, we're out to dinner or something. She says, you're always working. I love Howard, but you're always working to dinner about the show. Could this be about us? I go, you know what? You're right. And then I got to catch myself.
Was there?
It's just shutting that switch off.
Was there ever a specific incident or event that happened where, you chose the show over something at home?
Yeah, going to the Superman round table, which I'm doing Wednesday. We had something planned. I go, listen, hon, I got to do this. She knows how passionate I am,
Well, like here's a perfect example. Like Valentine's Day is coming up. So if you guys had made great plans for Valentine's Day, but then you found out that Howard's doing, something for America's Got Talent on TV on Valentine's Day, and you don't want to TiVo, you want to watch it. Is it one of those things that you would fight about, or do you just assume your wife is going to understand that that's what it's got to be?
Well, on a day like that, no, it's got to be dedicated to her, because she is passionate. Been patient with me with everything I do, But there have been times where I got caught up, and I did, that did take precedence over what we were doing.
The classic Sophie's Choice question, like they both need your kidney to survive, and one's going to die, one's going to live. Who do you give it to, Howard or your wife?
Oh, my God, you asked me that question. I have to go to my wife because, she's the mother of my kid, but, I love Howard so much, man. I don't know.
Howard would be gone, Bobo, if you made that choice.
And if you make him survive, he'll know the rest of your life you're the one who did it.
Yeah, I can't make him die. No.
Would you give one to each and just let yourself die?
Wait, you can't.
Yeah, I'd probably do that.
You can't make him die, so you'd let your
wife die? I can't. I can't let either of them die. I think I just check out.
No, so seriously, you got to do one or the other.
You got to pick one.
Got to pick one. Oh my God. I know my wife's going to kill me, but I got to go with Stern. No, I can't. I can't because she's the mother of my kid. You know what I mean? I'm not that far off. That's if I didn't have my kid, it's different.
Yes, John Lieberman.
Even though I love my wife, but still.
Well, you guys will get a kick out of this. I spent a lot of time with Bobo. Bobo's therapist told me. Bobo's therapist told him that he needs to do something to back off the show a little bit. So Bobo suggested maybe he won't listen to the wrap-up show live. Maybe he'll just listen to it on replay.
Hey, Bobo, what's up with that?
That was what the concession he would make to his therapist. But I interviewed his wife as well. It's a very telling interview. She says she understands that she knows she will always be second. She will never be Howard Stern in his life.
Yeah, Gary, I guess that's the bargain you make if you're going to marry Bobo.
Well, that's true, too. When you guys got married, because I remember meeting your wife when you guys were dating, so she knew very well what she got into, correct?
Oh, yeah. I didn't introduce until I was in Huntington at a restaurant there, and I said, oh, by the way, I'm, do stuff for the show. And, I gracefully worked it in that way. So she knew who I was.
If we talked about this, stop me. Was there a Mrs. Bobo before the current Mrs. Bobo?
No.
Oh, so this is your first wife?
Well, no, this is my second wife, but my first wife did not. I was Bobo, but she hated the show. She hated Stern.
Oh, I see. So she just didn't go by the name Mrs. Bobo.
No. And Dawn's proud. She's proud to say that because she loves Howard.
But did the show have any effect on the ending of your first marriage?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
What happened?
Absolutely. She taught. I had now it wasn't a shrine like I have now, but I had stuff on the walls and stuff like that. And she used to get crazy at times. And enough with Howard Stern. We go here, we go there. It's always about Howard Stern. And she tore my stuff down. I go, that's crazy. You don't do that to me. I worked my damn ass off, and I said, this is my enjoyment. I said, I'm out of here. You know, and that wasn't the deciding factor. But you know what? I gotta find someone who likes the same interest I have.
Wait, Bubba, you walked out on her, or she walked out on you?
I walked out. I said I'm done, and she wanted me back, but I said I'm done. I'm out of here.
Did you pack up the shrine as you walked out?
Well, I didn't have like a per se shrine. I had everything in boxes and tapes, but now it's full. You know, John could tell you everything's displayed. You know,
the shrine is bigger than most New York City apartments.
Is that right?
Just the shrine. Oh yeah,
it's huge.
And
you know, my wife was very good about that, taking a part of our home. And you know, I didn't even notice. She's surprised. She goes, you know, we had workers come in do the work, and she goes, I go, what's this gonna be for Nick? And she goes, no, that's for you. I go, you kidding me? He goes, no, I know how much you love the show.
Bubba, what's the one thing the one item that you own that is in your mind the greatest item, artifact, or piece of memorabilia from our show?
Probably the Leroy Neiman, replica, which is signed and framed. I like that, and that's probably a dead heat with the Crucified by the FCC box set. That means a lot to me too.
And that's signed also?
Yeah, I think so.
You're trying to acquire Casey's foot. Hey, Bubba, why does your therapist think you need to back off of the show?
Well, because, you know, my wife told him things like, he's too crazy, maybe you can get him to calm down with it and, you know, have time. So what I did is, like, after you guys are off, I put on the dad hat, and then I do what I got to do, you know what I mean? And I become, you know...
And do me a favor. If anything, you should listen to Black on Black on delay. Stick with the wrap-up show live.
Yeah, keep us live, Bobo.
No, I will.
Or Riley or something
guys.
like that. Or Jackie. Listen to Jackie on delay.
All right, thanks for calling in. John, can you give us a quick description of the shrine?
Oh, I mean, it's almost hard to describe in words. I mean, everything that Howard's ever done, said. Bobo has notes dating back 25 years, his own personal handwritten notes that are dated with the questions that he wants to ask when he calls in. Piles and piles of notes, cassette tapes dating back 25 years. He's recorded every call that he's ever made to the show. He's recorded in some way, shape, or form. He went and got a new memory card for his cell phone, a $200 memory card, because all of his calls are programmed in as ringtones on his phone, and the phone couldn't handle all of the calls, so he got an extra card. I mean,
what do you mean all of his calls are programmed as ringtones?
He has all of his calls